Welcome to Us versus Movies. I'm your host, Dustin, joined by Kevin, of course.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going, Kevin.
Yeah.
Going.
Yeah.
Well, you clicked it, as Kevin likes to say. You know what we're going to talk about. You should have left. And this is your one opportunity to leave this podcast.
No, wait. Don't leave this.
No,
leave
it's
the
fine.
movie.
No, leave this
okay.
and the movie. Don't even.
I got you. I see what you did.
Yeah. Rated R, released June 2020, the best year of our life, and 1 hour and 33 minutes long. Our favorite runtime.
Yeah, it's a good time.
It's a drama horror mystery, I guess, and it's written by David Keop.
Wow. Nope.
Quap? Pig Flop.
There.
Well, the K is silent, so it's like OEP, KOEP. I don't know. This asshole has done just like everything in Hollywood, apparently. You might know him best. And these are just a few little selections I might pick. 2017, The Mummy. 2014, Jack Ryan, the real boring one, directed by Kenneth Branagh, starring Kenneth Branagh. Premium Rush. The Little Engine That Could.
Wait, didn't he do Mordecai?
Mordecai? Yes. Yeah, I did see that as something he directed. He also has some sort of screenplay credit for Spider-Man, but I got a feeling it's like a video game. And who could ever forget these three bangers, Kevin, in a row: Panic Room, Stir of Echoes, and Snake Eyes.
Hey,
wait, no, I'm going to go one more banger. The
right.
Lost World Jurassic Park. You know, the King Kong one.
I'm not gonna lie. If that's one of the new Jurassic Parks that I didn't watch it.
It's the second one of the original trilogy.
Is that where the one
where they literally King Kong it and bring a T-Rex to New York and it runs through?
Oh, I didn't see that one. I saw the one where they pulled the phone out of the big giant pile of poop, and I was like, I'm good.
I think that's the first one.
Was it? Was that the third one?
I don't know. I mean,
this is the one with the dinosaurs.
Let's just talk about Panic Room real quick. This motherfucker.
No, dude. Wait.
I'm joking.
Hey, man. Stir of Echoes. That was a.
Don't say it. It wasn't good.
No, it wasn't. But it was a Richard Matheson short story. Yeah, so that's the only reason I was interested in it.
See, when I saw, Kevin Bacon touching walls in this, I got a very Stir of Echoes vibe, and I was like, "Fuck, man, what is with you and walls?" And then when I see this, where he's worked with the same guy, and the fucking did the wall thing, I'm just like, "Fuck these two and walls. What's wrong with them?"
Did you call him Ken? Did you call him Ken Bacon?
Kevin Bacon.
Oh, it sounded like Ken. I was like, yeah,
definitely did not call him Ken Bacon.
The budget was $4 million for this Stir of Echoes Light revisiting.
I imagine at least 100,000 of that was that CG car.
Well, here's the thing. It's the Blumhouse recipe of horror movies where they're just like, hey, low budget, let's get a big return. Minimal actors, you know what I mean? Is it under 5? You know what I mean? Like, let's put this together, make it
get the same guy to write and direct it. We'll pay him once.
Yeah, whatever it takes, and we'll just kind of throw it out there. And on average, these movies make their money back. One location, stuff like that. So it's if you want to do an independent movie, this is how you do it. You keep budgets low. I mean, there's some names in here to help move the needle, but
some surprising names like Kevin Bacon. I was a little surprised, and then when I was like, "Is that Amanda Seyfried?" Which I should mention they're in the movie, but. Do you know Kevin Bacon? There's a game based off him. Okay, done. Amanda Seyfried, Mamma Mia, Mean Girls, done. There you go. You've seen her. Some little girl. This is her first movie. So
done. You've seen little girls out in
You've
the
seen
stores?
Little girls poorly act for the first time in their career. Done.
Yeah. So I mean, it's one of those, and I think if the narrative had been a little bit more less stupid and more precise on what it wanted it to do and accomplish. If there were characters instead of just people standing around saying things
for an hour before things happen.
If there was, don't get me wrong, there's some things I did like because I always try to find the positive in some of these movies, and like don't want to sit here and destroy it and rag on it because that's not fun. But yeah, it's very few and far between. It's just go. Can we just start on like one of the tropes that it does?
Yeah, sure.
I don't even want to say trope. I'll say cliche. It's one of those. I'm not a horror movie, but there's kind of spooky, odd stuff happening. So let's just start it off with something spooky to get your attention before the credits kick in. We have Ella, the little daughter. She's in this.
Kevin, how do we learn her name? How do we know her name's Ella? Is it like plastered 3 feet high above her bed?
Yeah, it's a real trendy thing to like put your name over your bed. Like, see, that's why I like doing this with Dustin, because he looks like completely different shit that I would. I look at it, go, that's a little girl's room. I'm buying it. I'm not here to detail this movie unless the movie forces my hand. This guy's gun blazes right out the door.
I was like, no one's fucking doing that.
I've seen that before. I've seen that.
Only assholes do that shit.
They're rich assholes.
Here's the problem, Kevin. That wasn't there because the little girl was like, I want my name there. Because the little girl later on goes, how do you know my name? Oh, I don't know, Ella. I can read, and it's above your bed.
Well, she says that to the boogeyman character. She doesn't say it. She doesn't say it to anyone else.
Fucking there. Why would she be like, hey, how do you know my name?
Oh, because she's a dumb little. Maybe the boogeyman can't read, you know? Maybe he's like,
boogeyman can't read.
Ela?
Boogeyman don't have books. Boogeyman, boogies.
Listen, bro, I've heard you on some names. Maybe the boogeyman's got the same condition of just names don't work. Letters don't mean shit when they're in name form.
But then he should have been like, hello, Bella. And she's like, how did you fuck that
If it was you,
how'd you fuck that up? It's above my bed. I'd be like, listen, I'm the boogeyman.
Lady?
I'm here to boogie. I'm not here to fucking get your name right. I'm here for murder and boogie, okay?
So
I know how to read boogie board, and I know how to read murder, okay? Which one are you here for?
We do the traditional. Now it's real cheeky to do the big spooky thing for the first 5 seconds of the movie. Anytime you see that, I can guarantee without a shadow of a doubt, you got a good another 40 minutes before anything fucking remotely interesting happens on the natural, physical, crazy waka just spooky sense. So this movie holds firm.
I didn't even like it though. It was just like,
no, it's stupid.
I was like, just get this over with. Like, I hate this. I'm just gonna say it, Kevin. I hate the entire pacing of this fucking movie because it's so predictable and it's been done a million times and it's not interesting.
No, yeah, you should hate it.
I don't like any movie that just is like, I'm gonna cram all the this is the interesting part in like the last 25 minutes of the movie.
Yeah, but that was
because I tapped out.
No, that was the trick, Dustin. That's where they got you. There was nothing interesting. They're
okay. When the attempt at interest is introduced, I should say, I wasn't interested. I had already tapped out and already figured it out and didn't give a fuck. But
that's where they got you.
When the idea of this should be interesting to you is introduced that late, I'm just like, fuck you and the horse you rode in on.
Yeah, but that's where they got you part two. There was nothing interesting going to happen. Like, they had no plans. They were just like, hey, man, a sequence of events is going to happen. And everyone else is just going to kind of stand around until we're kind of done filming. And the guy that was cutting this, he was like,
make some like real, poignant Hollywood topics or Hollywood commentary while we're at it too.
What about the ageism?
No, about the tits, about the titties,
the titism,
the titism.
All right, so back to
let's just cover
the trucker boogeyman. So Ella's sitting there. We see some shadow play of like, as she looks over, is there something there? Is there something there?
There totally is. I was like, yeah, there's a guy there.
There's totally a dude there, Ella. You might want to like fucking get ready to start throwing some bows. He sits down by the bed. He's like, don't breathe, bitch. Don't speak. I'm the boogeyman. And she's like,
no. First she's like, no, you're forgetting the best part. She's like, God damn it. And I was just like, what the fuck? What little girl's waking up this pissed off that a door's open in the middle of the goddamn parents?
She goes to lay down. Oh, this fucking cocksucking door's fucking open. I'm going to put a cigarette out my fucking dog's eye.
Oh, my goddamn AC out. How am I supposed to sleep comfortably?
Oh, these motherfuckers, they're breaking my balls around the clock. You're just like, little girl, it's okay.
Yeah, she's like, hello? Anyone fucking goddamn it there? God damn it, God damn it. Like, all she keeps saying is just like, God damn it, God damn it.
She says it so low, I kind of missed it. I just thought she was doing little kid talk.
I think someone dubbed it. I don't know.
No,
if she
dude,
said
don't
it.
don't even get me started on the ADR in this movie. It's rampant at the end of it, or maybe like midway through. I'm just like, does anyone speak a line here? Or there's like, hey, Bacon, we need you back in. Bacon, can you say this?
She was just like, I'll be self-quarantined in my apartment in New York.
I'm gonna zip drive.
I ride the A train, okay? They're just like, okay, we don't care, Bacon. Okay.
We call it Bacon because it's his last name.
When are the Bacon brothers gonna reunite? Huh? You
Never
guys haven't put out a CD in a while. I mean, granted, most of them were shit, but all right. All right, all of them.
All right.
Basically put WB Music out of business.
What?
They're like, no, we're still around. They're like, well, the department that handled the Bacon brothers.
Maybe some of the CD titles.
Bacon Brothers' biggest hits.
Bacon Brothers Ride Again.
Waking up to the Bacon Brothers.
Is that some bacon in your ear?
Who ordered 2 slices of bacon?
For your ears.
For your ears.
This is a real thing, guys. Look this up. We're not just saying that it's funny that he has a band.
I mean, the titles are not real, but maybe. I don't know. It could be worse, actually.
Anyway.
Yeah. So then the boogeyman's just like, you shouldn't curse, little girl.
And she's just like, fuck,
God damn it, shit.
Eat my dick. He's like, little girl.
He's like, you can't move, you can't breathe. And I was like, oh man, this is kind of interesting. I hope they revisit this aspect with this.
No, dude, get out of my head. I was like, oh man, so he's got the power of fear to get. And I was like, oh, does she have like sleep paralysis? Is this in her mind? Is this going to be a movie about lucid dreaming? Because it kind of hints towards that. And then it's just like, I don't know, dude. Thanks for fucking filling the gaps in on your own.
And I don't know if we should say it already, but I was not confused on who the boogeyman was.
Not a doubt in my mind. I was like, oh shit, Kevin, you fucking struggling, bro.
Maybe I should. Listen, Mr. Bacon, which Bacon brother are you? It doesn't matter.
Maybe I should have bought some of those Bacon CDs to keep you off the streets. You're looking rough.
Remember that show you did, I Love Dick, that you could vote for on Amazon? Yeah, I did vote for it. It was fucking horrible.
Called it I Love Bacon. Who doesn't love bacon?
He's like, anyway,
missed opportunity.
You shouldn't do voices. Just do your voice, okay?
No, yeah. So it's clearly like the dad that you think, and you're like, okay, I guess that's the dad because I only know that because he's in the movie because I get no other introduction, right?
Yeah.
So he hits her with the boogie to boogity, and she goes to scream, and he's like, you can move now, and then she tries to bolt. He grabs her. He goes to choke slam her. And she's up.
Oh yeah, he canes her.
He's yeah.
Got
not cane, hit her with a stick, but he means WWE.
No.
So he grabs her by the throat. She's like
Libertarian mayor of Nashville,
20 feet off the ground, and you're like, all right. So and then she screams, and then the dad, which is Kevin Bacon, Theo, in the real movie continuum, snaps up. So we had a dream inside a dream, and I was like, dude, is this like some Once Upon a Time in Hollywood Tarantino shit where
dreams of their child like swearing like an old man about a door being open?
I would. That's kind of funny, actually. That's probably the third best part of the movie because it was just so real.
And then he's got to go check on Ella.
Yeah, so he goes to check, but he doesn't, does he? Oh no, he peeks in the room, right?
He peeks in. He's just like, oh yeah, she's passed out and definitely not murdered by me. In the dream. And
then he goes to brush his teeth, and then the movie title hits, and I'm like, damn, nobody's bigger than this movie. This is going to be good. And then we're at like this forever pool, one of those endless pools, and this chick's doing laps, and you see the Bacon Theo. He's just chilling. He's listening to this self-help tape, right, Dustin? Because he's got problems.
Yeah, which is he does. He's trying to meditate and. He just can't. I mean, he's just seeing a juicy booty floating through the pool. He can't concentrate. He's angry about that juicy booty.
The thing is, the movie portrays that he's angry and old. That's the thing. He's old and just a piece of bitter shit. But you're kind of
this
like,
movie will not let you forget that Kevin Bacon is not in his prime anymore. This is not Footloose Kevin Bacon. This is, are we still casting you, Kevin Bacon?
Yeah, this is like help me up the stairs, Kevin Bacon. Yeah. And
I mean, I know you stay physically fit, Kevin Bacon, but
and he'll show it to you. He'll prove it in this movie. He's like, who wanted this shirt off? Who? You over there?
Huh? He can't wait to like.
Did you want this shirt
off anymore?
Hey!
He had that Fox show where he was hunting serial killers, and there was like 1 million of them, and he couldn't keep a shirt on.
He wore a shirt twice the whole season.
Yeah, I mean, I just remember there's a lot of like, so Stallone fake brushes his teeth a lot, and Kevin Bacon jogs and gets sweaty and changes his shirt a lot. That's his kind of like gimmick.
There's a lot of buff bacon, basically.
Yeah. There's a lot of buff bacon. I can't, but don't ask him to do stairs. That's a bridge too far.
So his wife, dude, she's worse than a 13-year-old girl with her fucking phone, man. She's always on her phone, and every time she grabs the phone, he gives her the crotchety old man. You fucker, you're always on your phone.
Damn kids, and your foot pulls out a newspaper. He's just like fucking.
Yeah, and his fucking monocle and shit, and he's fucking. It's like the 1920s. And then she's
like, Max.
Oh, Max. Oh, your fucking dick pics, your wiener jokes. I love them. The only time I love women love this shit is right now in front of the buff bacon.
Is this memes?
Yeah, is this memes?
She laughs at whatever Max has sent her.
She laughs maniacally, like twice.
Yeah, like, and
I was like,
the funniest thing ever said to her.
It's like, is Rodney Dangerfield texting you from the grave? Is that how funny that is?
She's like, who?
I know, what? Come on, the buff bacon got the joke. He's old too.
I will say this: Amanda Seyfried doesn't typically annoy me, and she continued that trend in this movie. So.
Oh, really? I hated her guts, dude. I thought she was...
Well, don't watch any of her other movies because it was pretty much par for the course. Yeah.
So basically, he's basically feeling like rejected because he has his own hangups, right? She's young, she's got her own money, she's fit, and here the thing is too is like in horror movies, she's an actress. She's an actor. She's an
actor in it. She's acting.
Exactly.
She's an actor acting as an actor.
Wow, fucking that's real meta.
Layers.
And so you're like, to me. So I have this rich white dude, right? I'm already kind of don't feel anything for him. He has this beautiful house. He has this attractive actor girlfriend / wife. I don't know what the fuck they are. I think they're married. I don't know.
I think I'm pretty sure they're married.
Okay, because there was a lot of things that were kind of gray for me in this.
I mean, they don't explicitly go like they're married, but it's just.
I didn't notice any rings, basically. Yeah, I didn't see anything.
Oh, yeah. I kept checking them, and she always had a ring on the other hand.
Exactly.
And then I was like, well, show the other hand. And then, like, they never showed her left hand. So.
Yeah, so I just didn't know if they were together.
She doesn't have a left hand.
I didn't know if that was his kid, if, like, he just got with her and she happened to have a kid. Like, it's not really explained, and he's just trying to be a super dad, so maybe that's where the edge comes from later on. I just didn't really get it, but it was just probably either me overthinking. I don't think it was a pinnacle thing to the story because it really didn't play any part whatsoever. But yeah, so you have the rich guy and there's his angst and all this stuff. I'm like, I'm sorry, rich guy, you have angst, but whatever. We cut to this family scene and they're all playing hide and go seek, and they're just this family lovey moment that goes on way too long, and it's filmed really creepily. It's like filmed from outside, so it's not warm and lovey and close.
You hear the audio as if you were outside watching them.
So it's like
as
annoying.
A creeper.
Yeah.
This is a great infinity pool, guys.
Yeah.
What are you doing in there?
And I was like,
tag with the little. She's in the chair. She's in the chair. Oh, you sat on her. Oh, I get it. You knew. Right.
I'm gonna go kill your neighbor now. Different movie.
Bob and Mary. Yeah, it's still a Blumhouse joint. It's shared universe.
Yeah, just you listen to these two peckers talk about the movie. Okay, I gotta go. See ya. So they have this movie or this moment. It's so distant and hollow. I'm just like, am I supposed to like cheer for this family? Am I supposed to like?
They were a family. Mostly because Kevin Bacon looked like he was just like, so what do I do? Pretend this is my child? You're not my
dude.
kid. I've already raised children. I have no warmth towards you, girl.
His whole demeanor in the movie, he just feels like he's kind of confused and lost of like really what's his motivation, what's he supposed to be doing. You know what I mean? Like he's just like, it's almost like he read the script.
Cold and angry.
It's not even that, because there's a scene later on at the end. I kind of liked what he did. I was like, oh, I like that, and I'm just like, dude, he acts like he'd rather be anywhere fucking else. And I'm just like,
yeah, he got the script and was like, oh, this is what I agreed to.
Oh, this is a favorite movie.
He called up the Stir of Echoes guy. He's like, hey,
no, the Stir of Echoes guy
don't want to do a sequel to that. Don't want to do it.
Come on. He's like, Bacon, Yomi, KB, K, Sizzle. I called you Sizzle back in the day. Remember? Because you sizzle.
I fucking hated it then, too.
I've kind of grown on me 30 years later.
How many of my CDs did you buy? He's just like, oh, I bought a lot. I bought a lot of them.
Sizzle, you know me. I'm listening to one right now.
He throws in a fireplace. It's just like,
this shit explodes. But yeah, so they're like, all right. And they're like, you know what? Don't they need to get away just randomly?
Oh, no. He's like, all right, I'm going to visit you on
the set. That's right. I told this scene. Oh my god.
Yeah, this scene that also, it's like the opening is just like everything goes on much longer than it should. I mean, the boogity goes on too long.
Just like us talking about it.
Yeah, I mean, but longer. But somehow longer. They do it longer. So he shows up to the set of Furious 7 because we're just fucking Blumhouse is like, can we just use it? You're Universal. Let us do it.
Yeah, I was like, did he find that hat? Is there a gangbang scene in Furious 7? Did this?
Yeah, I had to look. I looked up to see if she was in Furious 7. She's not, so I was just like, I don't.
Yeah, I was like,
I don't understand this at all.
Maybe this PA just worked on that, and he's locking down the set, and he just had that hat because.
No, I saw it on someone's jacket too, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So yeah, he's like, hey, I'm here to see Susanna. Oh, Susanna. And the PA guy's like, you're not on the list. And he's just like, Theo Conway, or whatever the fuck his name is. And yeah, the guys just like give him a hard time. Meanwhile, over the walkie, apparently, Kevin, correct me if I'm wrong, does the PA have a direct link to the boom operator?
No.
Where he can hear what is being said?
No.
Yeah. Well, this guy apparently got the memo. There was a sex scene that day, and he was like, hook me up, boom guy. And so he and Kevin Bacon can hear Amanda Seyfried do one of the worst Hollywood sex scenes ever.
It's like this fake moaning. You never see the scene. They don't cut away from these two. But I thought it was...
And a lot of people looking in it like,
it's like happening in the background, allegedly. So you're like, oh, okay. And then the PA dude just giving him eyes like, oh man, like, dude, oh man, like what? At first I was like,
he's her husband. Oh yeah, he does say that he's the husband there. So
yeah, and then he tells another guy, he's like, hey, I got the mocha frappa latte chai or whatever, the chai tea, and he's like, yeah, okay, man, you can go. He's like, well, can that motherfucker go tell him I'm here? And they're like, hey, man, close set. And I'm like, yeah, dude.
Well, and the fucked up thing is, like, you could tell instantly. I was like, that guy knows that guy, because, like, later she hugs him because she's sleeping with him. That's Max, I'm pretty sure.
Dude, allegedly. So Max, you're doing what I did, except for on the.
No. She calls him Max later on. She says, thank you, Max, and hugs him.
No, I know. You're just filling in the things, dude. Like.
Well, I am, because I read into it instantly. I was just like, oh, there's some hostility there between this guy and Bacon. Only Bacon doesn't even know this guy exists. And this guy's like, I could help you, but fuck you.
Yeah, I didn't take it that far. At first, I took it as, like, why is this guy giving this dude side eye? And the other dude sneaks in, and he's like, okay. And then he's like waiting outside her trailer, Bacon is, for his wife. And the wife comes out, and she's like, oh, hey, you were on the list. I'm sorry I missed you. And he's like, hey, whatever. And then before that happens, he does the scene that you spoke of. And she hugs the Max dude, and she giggles and farts and shit. And then he comes over, and then he's like a 16-year-old boy. He's like, I can't believe you're talking to Max. He just has that look on his face, like he just has no confidence in their relationship.
Yeah. And
then she's like, hey, do you want to go to Pound Town? Huh? You want to choke down some of these Blue Chews and just give it to me, you old fart? And I'm just like, what? What? She just wants to fuck this dude because she got Max boner?
Word for word says, do you want to take me in the car? Because she's describing how the director like I don't know. It's some commentary about. She was like, "Oh, the director said blah blah blah. I think he just wanted to see me naked," and I was just like, no one thought this was a little too on the nose for how Hollywood actually works, and you're basically just being like, haha, we acknowledge it.
Yeah, not even that. I thought of more of like, I was like, is she trying to make him jealous? Is her character supposed to be a straight hoe, and we're just supposed to like root for her? Like, is he because like because he's older and he doesn't pipe her enough, so he's like, maybe if I get him jealous, that turns him on. That's his kink or something. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, what?
I don't know, but. All of a sudden, they're just up in Mulholland Drive or some shit, and
dude, they're at
it's nighttime, and I'm like, guess no one gives a fuck about Ella today. So,
yeah, I was like, who's watching the kid?
Yeah, and then thankfully we're already there after the sex scene, but that doesn't stop them from like, I don't know, boring us with limp dick Kevin Bacon.
Well, no, they use it as like. It's almost like they're challenging their relationship. It's like, oh, see, now do you feel better in this? We need time away. And he's like, yeah, just you and me. And then I guess we could bring the kid because who's going to feed it? It's just this weird thing. I'm like, is their relationship struggling? I guess because you're not really giving me anything. Like, seems like she's obsessed with her career right now. She might not have time for family, and he's being kind of put on the back burner, and he's jealous. He's jealous about something. Yeah. What the fuck?
And he has some sort of, because he says something like the PA guy recognized me, and he was like, I hate that, and blah, blah, blah. And you're like, okay, so he's got something in his past.
That's what I was like.
I would wait 25 minutes for the movie to finally fucking tell me.
Okay, I'm just going to say it right now. This is this is the biggest gripe for me. There's another scene that's coming up where Ella and the mom spend time together, and we talk about it all the time, dude. They just give the longest, stupidest exposition about the dad. And you're like, why don't you show me this? What? And then, he's having nightmares. His wife died. She drowned in the tub. And then the little girl's asking the same question. I was like, how do you drown in a tub? I was like, did he beat her in the head, throw a toaster in there? Well, what happened? Oh, she took fucking sleeping pills and drank some wine, and boom. And then the whole story was Bacon comes home and he's like, oh, looks like shit don't float. And then his wife's like, gurgle, gurgle, I'm dead. Oh, he could have saved her, but he didn't. And that's haunted him to this day, right?
Yeah.
So it literally takes an hour and 30 minutes to get that information where I could have.
It does. He just told you the entire fucking movie pretty much.
But
that's the plot, the subplot of everything.
That is like the plot. Like, and then.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
But it's like, that's his struggle, is him dealing with that. And then these other subplots is their relationship. How is he going to tell Ella? How does he overcome this hang up? You know what I mean? Like, what happens?
What I didn't get is like, so they bring up that he's old, that, they haven't obviously they've been together long enough to have a 7-year-old or whatever the fuck the girl's age is. But he's still dealing with the rage. Like, how long has this guy been raging for? Because like they do young CG Bacon in the flashback, and he's like wearing like an 80s like power suit, and I was like, how long has this guy been angry for? Did Drive Angry happen in between this or something?
That's a totally different movie.
I know, with a different guy, but he had one similar at the same time. I can't remember it though.
Here's the thing, though, dude. This is where it's all fucked up. I don't have any sense of time. There's no compassion. I don't have this guy's story. He's my main protagonist. Why do I care about him? He has this bullshit relationship with his chick. I don't like the girl. They don't really click. They don't get along. They're always quarreling. What the fuck do I care?
It's a classic. She's too young for him. We don't have enough in common.
No, it's not like I didn't even get that from it. I just got like they're not even likable characters, and I don't have no reason to give a shit.
Well, it's because they don't talk about anything. They don't talk about anything. They just
no, exactly. They don't move the story along. Every scene they're in, they're just talking about something. He just thinks that he's being cheated on because was he cheated on in the past? Like, was his that's what I was waiting for them to be like, hey man, the reason he let that bitch drown is because he had a broken heart. He found out she was fucking around. I was like, oh shit, he's gonna kill the wife now, just like he killed the old wife or let her die, because he's being tormented by it, and this evil side of him is gonna bubble up, and when it bubbles up, he puts that trucker hat on and he lets shit fucking float. And then I was like, oh, and then the little girl's gonna see it, and he's gonna have to put her down too, even though it's gonna break his heart, and he's gonna have this fucking hell. He's got triple
You or
hell.
me, little girl. Ugh.
Yeah, no, like I thought it was gonna be something like that. They didn't do any of that. They were like, fuck that. That was almost a competent idea. Let's do this instead.
Yeah. So instead, they book a trip. They're gonna stay in Wales before she has to film in London. We see a weird like website page, like an Airbnb type page. That's definitely not Airbnb, but similar, and it just gets booked. And we're like, okay, I don't know why you showed me that, but whatever. And then go to this house that's definitely creepy just from the look of it. You're just like, that's a fucking what is this like black brick you've built this thing with? Well, how did anyone go, this won't look creepy? And then they're driving. They're driving, and then like the little girl's like, Baba. She calls Kevin Bacon.
She's
every
like,
time I was kind of like,
she's like, I didn't know what she was saying. I was like, is she saying God damn it again?
Well, here's the like the spoilers. I'm pretty sure Baba is like a somewhat abbreviation for boogeyman in Russian. So she's like giving away the entire movie.
Is she?
Right there.
They call him like Steadfield or something. The evil version of him.
Yeah, that's the guy who owns the house, or Stedman or something,
something like that.
And she's just like, Baba, when you gonna die? And I was just like, Jesus, deep thoughts with 7-year-olds in the back of the car.
He pops a couple
of drives in a couple minutes, I guess.
He throws a couple of blue chews in his mouth. He's like, I'm forever, baby. Look at this rock hard what I got. She's like, Baba, no.
He's like, want me rail your mama right now?
Your mama wants it all the time. She's a cock whore. That's all she's always doing. My back hurts.
Her libido is sky high. I don't know why. I think it's the cocaine or the meth. I'm not sure.
Amy, we see her butt cheeks later on, and they're not that great. It's a whatever. They're real flat white girl booty. I hate it.
Hear that, Amanda Seyfried? You got a flat white girl booty.
Baba says so.
Yeah, Baba says so. So for the rest of the movie, he's now called Baba. Yeah, and he gives some answer like, well, death comes for us all. Some of us, he was like, I'll outlive your mother if I could help it. And it's real like...
she's like, what the fuck?
She's like, dude, you know everyone thinks you're going to kill me, right? And he's just like, oops. And so then she's not paying attention. And my favorite part of the movie, Kevin.
I know, CG car.
The CG car, this horribly CG car.
PlayStation 2 Ridge Racer.
Out of fucking proportions with the road and with them. And then they swerve around because she keeps going all American, even though this road's clearly only made for one fucking car. Going all American, driving on the right, the correct side of the road. But, she's in Wales. You got to drive on the wrong side. So
I guess that's a very National Lampoon's European Vacation way to think about it.
Just saying.
Great movie.
So they have to switch drivers because she's like, okay, he apparently only gives her one near-death car accident.
Yeah, dude, I would probably had to pull over for a little bit.
Here's my problem. They don't have any conversation about it. She just does it. Like, this isn't a common occurrence or something in the relationship. And I'm like, that's where I go, you guys aren't really married. Whoever wrote this isn't really married. There's no fucking way.
No one wanted to hear that.
A married couple would not be bickering before the pulling over. Yeah. There's no way.
Yeah.
I don't care how rich they are, how much boning they do. They're married. They're going to bicker at this point, okay?
I don't even know if they're married. It's still undisclosed.
He said husband to the PA that listened to her do a fake sex scene, okay? I only have that information to go by, so they are married from this point out.
Fine. So
they switch. She's like, hey, I love your dark side, but she's like, 7, don't do that shit. And then they get to the creepy house.
Not even a creepy house. This looks like any house in downtown Los Angeles south, into the city. I was like,
it looked creepy to me. When you have a stone black brick house sitting by itself in the countryside, I find it creepy.
It's because it's stupid. It's so modern. It doesn't even it's in buttfuck.
It's so modern. It hurts my goddamn eyes.
It's in some village in Wales that no one's ever you can't even find it on a map. You go up a hill, and then there's this like it looks like it fucking belongs in fucking Santa Monica. I'm like, what is this? What is this house doing here? This doesn't fit at all, at all. But it's got this.
I mean, it was filmed in Jersey, so that's the best part. This whole movie was filmed in New Jersey, so that's somewhere in New Jersey. That house.
Oh, it's super random looking. They pull up, and this kid acts like it went outside for the first time. And I was like, man, this kid won't listen to shit.
Yeah, I was
it's
like
screaming, it's running around. They go in there. He's like, did you hear that?
Baba, look, they have a yard.
Yeah, I was like, calm down.
Have at home, child.
You got an infinity pool, you little turd. Beat that. I'll take an infinity pool over a yard any day.
She's like, look, goat heads. God. I love it. I love it. Here, let's move in. Let's never leave.
So they go in there. They're amazed by the house, and the house is pretty sterile. And here's another thing where the movie just kind of fails for me. I'm like, this house needed to be a character, and they tried so. I want to say they tried hard.
They thought about trying hard.
They thought about trying hard.
There was a meeting. They were like, "Hey, is the house a character?" Someone was like,
"This is difficult."
I don't know. What's this? Do you have a protractor? Is that what it's called? They're like, no, it's called a triangle. He's like, fucking close enough, whatever.
Actually, it's two completely different things.
I don't do geometry. They're like, oh, fuck, man, this guy.
This is just...
He's in charge of the set design? Jesus Christ.
So they're walking around, and he's like, do you guys hear that? This is the Sizzle Man. Guess what you're listening to? And they're like, your radio station? He's like, no, there's no noise here. We don't have the cursed LA traffic. And then the little girl starts screaming.
Country jams by the Bacon Brothers. Do 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 do. And a harmonica. I don't know what harmonica sounds like, apparently.
Not a harmonica.
I was going to do the Blues Traveler harmonica, but then I froze.
The little girl starts she sounds like a siren going off, and you're just like, God, shut the fuck up. I was like, is this the Silent Hill siren going off before everything goes to shit? Is it?
And he's just like, it's not quiet anymore. I need to meditate.
Well, yeah, I would too, because I was like, hey man, didn't you just get out of a long car ride? Where's the jet lag? Who's jet lagged? Go to sleep. Go to sleep. We just flew around the world. Go to sleep.
They did that already. They're well traveled, Kevin.
So Suzanne,
they go through
she's instantly on her phone like a kid. I'm just like, God, you're annoying. Like, and he just kind of gives her like oh God, you're always on your phone.
Yeah. And here's my second favorite line of the movie. She's like, Ella, come check out your bed. It's as big as Connecticut.
No, dude, hold on.
Like a fucking 7-year-old is like, I know how big Connecticut is in context to the rest of the world. Let me see this goddamn bed.
Maybe geography is her thing, all right?
Yeah, she seemed like a real geography buff.
She seemed like
the fucking rabbit she wouldn't go anywhere without. So
she seems like a real Carmen fucking San Diego. Doubt it.
Yeah. She's like, Monaco is over here.
So the dad's like, Sizzle fucking Bacon's like, hey, I want to talk to you about the fucking conversation in the car. You got to understand, sometimes there's no retreat, no surrender. When you got your fucking enemy in the palm of your hands, you got to squeeze his throat until he stops breathing. She's like, what does that mean? Are you going to die? Is this die talk?
It's more of like, hey, we're all going to die.
No, I know, but like that's how
darker somehow too. He's just like, I'm going to die. Your mom's going to die. You're going to goddamn die.
That was the point.
She's just like, blink, 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 blink.
I was like, he's going to kill every motherfucker in this house and burn it to the ground. Let's go, Bacon.
You don't understand, like, we have this something, at this point, we just have something hinted about his past. We're like, okay, it's a concern for Suzanne, and then it's a concern for the little girl. And then you have Kevin Bacon acting weird, saying dark shit all the time.
Right. You're
just like, yeah, in my first thought was like, okay, he's going to kill them all. All right, fine.
Yeah, that's what they want you to think.
Instead, they're like, no, it's going to be so much more boring than that.
It's going to be so sick, bro. You're
going to be like, fucking really, man?
It's going to be so sick, you might go fucking blind. You're not even ready for the ending. And I'm like, okay. So yeah, he's just like trying to have this heart to heart of like, let me try to recover on that conversation in the car. And then this chick's screaming about, it's like, dude, do little kids really give a shit how big their bed is?
Well, she was jumping on the couch at that point too. So
Yeah,
she was
he
like,
should
I'm
have
gonna
powered.
fucking jump on it.
Yeah, I was like, bitch, you're not at home. Get the fuck off the furniture. Will
They're
someone be
rich
a
and they're
parent?
doing.
Will
They're
someone be a
rich and they're
fucking parent?
renting. Who cares?
Oh, that's the worst combo.
Yeah.
So
I mean, they don't know. They're just like, oh, what? You're not allowed to just jump on all the furniture? Like, fucking, how do the poor live?
dude, who goes to
With the same couch that's broken now because your child jumped on it. Your child, being 25, is still jumping on goddamn
Here's
furniture.
the thing, man. I kind of dug this place. I thought it was cool. It was very minimal, just minimalistic furniture and setup. There's like nothing. It's not. It doesn't look lived in. I guess to give it another creepy feel because they're just like, hey, no pictures of the family. She's like, yeah, other people's families are fucking weird. I was like, your fucking family's not a treat, bitch.
I mean,
I'm fucking.
She was legit on that. That would be weird. Like I thought that was realistic dialogue. Like maybe she ad-libbed that or something.
I doubt it. But I was just like, yeah, well, your family's not a fucking treat. They suck. Then
She's like, I know you're watching the movie about how we fucking suck. What's your problem?
This movie started off with a picture of your fucking family. Guess what? That sucked too.
Yeah, it was with that weird like half-folded one. I hate that shit.
Yeah.
Don't fold a picture and put it in a picture frame. Take a different picture, asshole.
Yeah, it's just.
We all have like a billion on our phone. You telling me you couldn't find a better one? No, fold that one in half. Yeah, no. Tim is in that one. We didn't want that part of it. So
Yeah, well, cut it out. Rescan it. Fucking
Photoshop that. Yeah, you're rich. Get someone to Photoshop that.
Anyway, we're a big dumb family. We went through the village that's 40 miles away. We didn't get any food or water or anything convenient. I was just like, you guys are stupid.
Yeah. And now it's bedtime.
Yeah, it's bedtime. I've been to Airbnbs before, and guess what? I stopped and got shit before I went in there because I'm not fucking stupid. And
well, no, you're jumping ahead though. They're just, I mean, it's just legit bedtime. They're just
it's bedtime now. There's bedtime. All right, we're gonna go to bed, and we're gonna have some real. Are we a couple dialogue?
Oh no! You're forgetting the shadow part. She's doing like shadow puppets, and then like a person very obviously blocks her lamp.
Yeah.
And then she's just like, oh, it was you, Baba, as he like comes up the stairs and does not block the lamp at all. And I was like,
Yeah, and I was like, dude,
really
by the way, worst shadow puppets I've ever seen.
Oh yeah, no, she forgot which way to do one at one point. I was just like, man, the fuck, did someone show her how to do a dog real quick? I mean,
they were like, no, just let it go, let her film.
Adorable that she doesn't know.
Keep recording. We need all this. It's so natural.
Oh, she did a bird, and that's a bird. No, that's totally a butterfly.
I shot her the bird when I was fucking watching this. I was like, careful, little turd. These birds fly low. Pow.
Yeah, and yeah, so he tucks her in. He's just like,
Baba, leave the light on. He's like, yeah, I guess.
No, she tells him to turn it off. She's like, turn off the lights.
No, but he leaves the one on the hallway for her. Oh, turn off the little lamp light that's close to her, like there. But then in the hallway, he's like, I left this big nuclear light on. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah. And I thought there's all this like shadow stuff, and I thought there'd be more interesting stuff with.
Oh, you want to go to that right now?
Or like an entire story about the shadows and people or something.
Yeah, I like it. A little too soon, but he goes to check.
That's fine. We could save it. Well, I mean, because then he's like, hey, like.
It happens right now because he goes to check in with her and he was like, don't worry. I know we've had a cranky day, but I downloaded all your favorite episodes. And she's like, oh my God, season blah. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. He's like, I'm going to go lock up everything and turn off the 78 fucking lights in this place. Okay.
Because none of us thought to do that before we came upstairs.
And I was like, okay.
For the night.
So, so this dude is legit 15 minutes of runtime turning lights off. And not one time is it interesting, creepy,
no.
spooky.
It was like interesting when they go back and showed the clock and it moves 1 minute. And I was just like, I know you're going to flash that clock forward. Why did you give me a fake out on the clock?
No, the clock all of a sudden is like, guess what, guys? It's my time to shine. Here comes my big moment. He straightens his fucking tie. And the clock's like, I'll be getting the screen time from here on out for the next 25 minutes as Bacon fucking gets like a confused old man. It can't turn off half the fucking light. I was like, oh my God, this isn't working.
Are you paying for the power? Just leave them on. Who gives a fuck?
Dude, one room switch, there's got to be like 62 lights. It looks like a gymnasium where you need the key to turn off all the fucking lights. I was like, what the fuck? And there's some lights he don't even know how to turn off. He just gives up. There's no.
He just like cuts outside and he's like doing Morse code on one of the lights. I was like, maybe don't hit the same one over and over.
Dude, he's looking for a breaker. He's like confused. He's trying to hang Christmas light. It's odd.
He got rain boots on all of a sudden, big glasses. He's like, what the fuck?
He's like,
and
why?
whose coats were those in the front, Kevin?
Why
were their coats in the front?
It's
you know, weren't their coats?
Yeah, they're Welsh, dude. It's just complimentary to have those coats there. It's shitty weather.
Only 2?
Well, yeah. Well, here's the thing. They only grabbed No, there was like 4. That was the thing that was weird.
Was their coats later on.
No, there was all their bubble coats. Those coats were there when they got there.
There's only 2 coats when they get there.
Dude, who packs a fucking bubble coat, bro? Those coats were there.
Rich Hollywood people, apparently.
Stop
rich
using that for an excuse.
People.
I gave him the fucking affinity pool of being rich assholes, and that was it.
Well, they're rich assholes, though.
Hold on. This is the fucking shitty part. So he's legit gone for 25 minutes of runtime turning these lights off. And then he goes into this fucking awkwardly placed laundry room and he sees this Silent Hill Polaroid with, it looks like it's the fucking boogeyman. We're just calling the evil bacon the boogeyman. He's half in the picture and he's half not, and he's down the hallway of like some sort of Freddy Krueger boiler room. You're like, wow, that's not going to happen because this house has nothing like that. And by the way, this house, the interiors look like the house from that movie Revenge that I watched too long ago with those long hallways, whatever. But he's fucking around. And then he goes back. He's like, oh, man, I did a good job turning all the lights off.
Yeah.
And then she's sleeping. And I'm like,
she's
bitch,
like,
I'm sleeping.
Yeah, I was sleeping. Yeah. And then, boom, he's like, oh, how long? Okay, whatever. I wasn't gone that long. Yeah, it's 3:30 in the morning, you know, because it's the clock's time to shine again. The clock got sag on this one. Okay.
It's like, click, click. I made it. That was my words.
Those were words. I made it. I made it, Mom. I'm union.
He wakes her up. He's like, yo, bitch, I thought we were going to watch fucking Downtown Abbey. And she's like, oh, what the fuck?
What concerns me is that she just, you know, went to bed. Like, she wasn't like, listen, hey, are you
You're
dead?
married.
You've been married. Gone if for you were 4 hours.
If you were gone for 30 minutes to do anything, your wife's not fucking bothered. She's like, I'm fucking glad he's gone.
Yeah, for the first half an hour.
That was then, like the real
half an hour. The second half an hour, she's just yelling for me. She won't come look for me. She'll just yell, Dustin, where are you? The fuck happened? Are you coming back?
You better not be off pissing me off somewhere.
You're pissing me off by not talking to me.
They just, you're like, I'm fucking with these lights.
Especially if a TV show's paused. I'm not even getting 25 minutes of gone time.
Even started. I think she watched both seasons, all 3 seasons.
She watched the recap without them for like 5 seconds.
And then he's just like, wake up. And I was like, damn, bitch, don't wake me up unless something bad's happening. Then he's like,
oh, I had a nightmare.
Yeah, it's called this movie. And she's like, zing. And then she goes back to sleep.
Why didn't you why are there only lights on in this house constantly? Like, just turn some of the lights off. Why are there so many lights on?
It's okay, dude. It's time for Bacon to dream now.
Yeah. So then he has his dream. What's in his dream?
I think this is one of the teaser ones where it shows the tub overflowing and splashing, and we get the great room, the big Saul room. And then he kind of wakes up, and then I think this is where he sees is this the note? They went out for a walk?
Yeah.
So he wakes up, and it's a little Baba message, and he's like, Baba, we went to go take a walk because Baba sleeps all day. I was like, bitch, it's 10. He's jet lagged. That's cool. You're a weird little kid.
He didn't get into bed until 3 in the morning. Okay?
Yeah, get off his nuts. What are you, his wife? Because if you were, you wouldn't give a fuck where he's at.
Yeah, you would just fall asleep.
Yeah. And I was just like, all right. And so they're just like, Baba, what does Baba end up doing? He hits the journal, right? This is the first time we see the journal.
Yeah. Well, he watches them play or something for a little bit.
No. They're gone. They're on the field trip.
Oh, no, yeah, right. You're right.
The plays later. So he's
journaling.
Periodically throughout the movie, he goes to his little meditation on his phone or whatever. He puts his earbuds in. He's like, you need to fucking get out the bad Baba and write down the good Baba shit. And he's like, okay. And gun to my head, I couldn't tell you anything he fucking wrote. I was like, bro,
it's illegible. I mean, if this is Kevin Bacon's actual handwriting, he might be a serial killer.
I was like, that's why these Bacon Brothers songs didn't go off. Your brother didn't know what the fuck you're writing for lyrics.
What the fuck does that say? He's just like, that's his hound dog. Duh. Don't you read country? He's like, what?
Corn dog?
What do you mean read country?
That's
what the fuck?
Do you know what letters do?
He's like, listen, I'm an actor.
Oh,
I don't know
need
how
your
to
shit.
Yeah. Yeah, and at one point his pin dies, and he's just
I
like,
laughed so hard. He was
this
like,
pin.
I was like, you are not at home.
Yeah. When you're that rich, you're always at home.
I own everything underneath my feet.
Yeah, I was like, how did you find this one creepy study with like these weird books that are all the same?
I like that
color?
study. It was cool. Like it had
But
this
I
like
didn't understand the books. It was
No,
just like,
it was-
buy this book out now. By
no, dude,
Kevin Bacon.
it was all aesthetic, right? So you had these like three little bookcases that are built into the wall for a nice little hidden door, if you will. And there's two doors on the side of it, and the books are all facing out, like almost like a magazine, flat magazine rack or something.
It's the worst bookshelf ever for more than 10 books.
Yeah, it's real like it's just for looks. There's no practicality of book storage whatsoever.
But then the curious thing is, then there was a real bookshelf next to it.
Yeah,
on the other wall. I was like, okay.
That's where you put the fucking monthly picks, dude. You're like, read this.
They were fucking lit well, that shelves.
Yeah, so he's having that moment. He throws the pin, and then he just gets so pissed off at the house. And then he's like, I got to head to the village to fucking eat food. And I was like, yeah, these bitches are going out for a nature hike. No one's eating anything. Has anyone taken a shit, wiped their ass? What's happening? Someone clean themselves. That kid didn't get clean one time.
No, she didn't. Yeah, they skipped bath time. I mean, her hair showed it.
She's little and dirty all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, so then we cut to a mom who's like wearing all black, like
she got a leather coat, leather beanie, leather muffler. She's scarred.
Yeah, and then the little girl's in complete opposite, like yellow and pink. Basically.
She stays in yellow and pinks. I noticed that.
Yeah. And she's climbing around on a tree. She almost falls. The mom lets her land on her.
Can we talk about the bad parenting? This is like the fifth time they've told this kid to do something, and this kid's just like
they're trying to be her friend and not her parent.
The kid's like, eat a dick, and they're like, okay, honey, thanks for listening to me.
Don't climb anymore.
Thanks for having this time of bringing a new conversation. I challenged you. You challenged me back. You know what? And I respect your challenge. Continue to climb the tree, okay, honey? I love you.
Climb until you fall. That's how we learned in this family. We fall.
I would have been like, I'm like, hey, get down. You're going to break your fucking ass. And she'd be like, fuck you. I'm like, break it then, bitch. I don't give a fuck. We're in Wales. See what happens. And then she's going to be like,
bleed out before anyone gets here.
Yeah, because guess what? I don't know where the village is. We're lost.
We only have one car, and Baba took it to get out of here.
To get out of this movie. Joke's on him.
Yeah.
We still got 40 minutes to go. Even when there's 5 minutes left, still 40. Fuck you. Yeah. The kid's like, wow. Why does everyone hate Baba, Dustin?
She's who told you that?
I see it in his Baba eyes. I look at Baba, I go, Baba.
Yeah, she's like everyone. I was like, motherfucker, give me a name, okay?
Who's your everyone? You're 7. You know no one.
Also, and I'm gonna say it, Kevin. He's a white guy. He's a rich white guy. You're telling me he didn't make all this like just brush with? Yeah, I'm sure that a couple people would probably remember, but come on. We know the world we live in. People fucking forget when you have money rather quickly, I might add. So
right.
I don't buy that he was haunted by this fucking trial for all of his life.
Okay, I will agree to a point, but it really just the level of what we're told that happened. Yeah. The way you said it, like, dude, how long ago did this happen? There's no sense of time, right? Except for how long the movie feels. And you don't know if this happened in like the late 80s, the 90s. Like, what is this? It's dated for sure. He's older, clearly. You got younger. They put some fucking shoe polish in his hair and shot the fucking 90s scene.
No, they used that CG thing. They were like, get me the Johnny Depp Pirates guys. Yeah. They did the Irishman. We need it for like 2 seconds. They're like, that's gonna be $5,000. They're like, fucking hell, get me the shoe polish, Kevin. Can I put this in your hair? He's just like, fuck no.
Does it sizzle? Sizzle Man says yes.
His brother's just on the side, thumbs up. He's just like,
still works.
He doesn't say much, but god damn it, I love him. So they put their bacon brother tattoos together on their arm,
and they just make the sizzle noise as they try to flex.
Oh, the other one's not working out anymore.
He's like
got really big. And he's just like, dude, come on, I told you.
He's like, dude, make the sizzle, make it do the hula shake that the ladies do. he's like, yeah, man, I'm sizzling. He's like, you know what?
Kevin, brother, I'm having a hard time breathing. He's like, I told you don't have to eat bacon nonstop. Okay, it's just our fucking name and the band. All right,
Yeah,
it's not our way of life.
yeah, you're right. I'll stop eating the bacon, and I'm still sizzling. And you know what? I miss mom.
He's like, I got a lot of pain on my left side. He's just like, go to the light, brother.
Go to the lights in this movie and get lost.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
The movie treats him like he's fucking OJ, right?
They do. Yeah.
They whisper behind his back still, but basically it's him
only within his household.
Right. So he's carrying this cross, right, of this thing that happened a long time ago. He just emits it all the time. It's just constantly his aura, and even the little girl's like, "Man, you're really bumming me out." And then the wife's like, yeah, you know what, man? We all did some shit back in the day. He didn't do it. Shit happens. YOLO, thug life memes.
Yeah.
And she's like, okay.
Yeah, it's a very do you know what acquittal means, little girl, that I've never taught the word acquittal to? Okay, well, he was acquitted.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just then he started a new life with me.
It's just a heavy conversation that the little girl just takes the benefit of the doubt, I guess, because what is she gonna do? Like fall off a tree again? So we cut back to Bacon, and he's in the fucking village from Resident Evil.
Yeah, Baba's found the village shop, the old shoppy.
Resident Evil 4, and he's just like, hey, I'm Baba, and I need to get some fucking eggs. And the old dude behind the counter is like, yeah, okay. And then he walks
his butter, bread, and eggs.
It doesn't fucking matter what he says, dude, because this pissed me off so bad.
Yeah, no, it totally did. I was like, hey, Baba, I think you just shop for yourself. I don't know if you've been to a store before.
No, dude, because he had that weird old guy in another country market where it's like, is this his house or like the market?
Yeah, I mean, it was a shitty store, and the butter was wrapped in tinfoil. I was like, did you make the butter?
Yeah, he probably
did. Eat that. It's gonna kill you.
No, they're in some like real backwater village. So I'm like, all right, I accept this. But this scene, is this played for comedy? Because I'm getting very upset.
Oh yeah.
So he goes to get it. It's like a 5-minute walk. He comes back, and then he's like, oh, and eggs. And he goes back.
He's like, and the bread.
Comes back, and the bread. And then I was like, let's wrap this scene the fuck up. And then
instead we're just like, watch him. And then when he had that crate, I was like, oh my God, that scene could have been so much longer.
Yeah.
He had a crate of shit that we could have just watched him.
No. He should have just been like,
one at a time.
I'm up at the murder house. Dude, can I get some food? And he's like, oh, here's the murder house crate. That'd be $32.
Here's the 26 quid, actually.
Yeah, it's like 30 something. It's like $34 or something.
Yeah.
In US
Which was my third favorite part of the movie, was when he waited for his change and the guy said, credit. Because he was just like, nah, man, you're going to die. I'm not giving you fucking change. Like, this is my tip. Suck it.
And this other asshole says you're rich, so fuck you.
Yeah. And he's just like, you're at the Stedman house? And he's like, I'm sorry, I don't speak Welsh. And he's like, that was English, you fuck. And then I did an Irish accent because that was close to what his Welsh accent was like.
No, dude. I didn't know what movie I was fucking in right now. I was like, is this a Monty Python? What is this?
I was like, what person is this like, oh, I don't speak Welsh? Like, that's their first instinct, is to be like, well, I heard some English jibber-jarb. You must have been speaking Welsh.
You know what I would have said to him? I've been like, what? What did you say? Let's try this again.
Come again, old man.
Give me this basket, or I'm going to take a crowbar to your head, because I've been having a real long day, and I haven't eaten in like fucking 3 of those days.
Yeah. And all I have is this weird swamp people food that you're serving me.
And I got this weird guilt, this soul-crushing guilt.
Have you fucking felt my guilt in this movie yet? Look at my old man.
So
goatee.
He's like,
are you feel it?
Are you staying at the murder house? And he was like, oh, you mean the old Shitsker place? And he's like, yeah, man, that's where people die. And he's like, oh, okay. So what used to be there? Another house.
Have you seen Stedman yet? Yeah, he's like, what was there before? He's like, a house. And what was their house? And another house.
When he said that, I was like,
house. And
this isn't funny. This isn't funny. Shut the fuck up.
What the fuck is wrong with this guy?
I was like, Flashdance.
If you know something, just tell. And why wouldn't you be like, hey, man, maybe don't stay at the fucking murder house. Like,
Dude, I just hated the old cryptic horror guy. I was just like, hey man, he should be like, hey dude, I know you're standing at that house that really doesn't fit or belong anything. You probably shouldn't. Rumor is motherfuckers get fucking killed up in there. He's like, really? I'm drawn to the house. My guilt's drawing me. I can't leave. I've tried to leave, but I just can't. He should, yeah, you should try. You should try to leave. I'd maybe write it down in a book to remind yourself. So when you go back into your, nah, fuck it. I've said too much.
yeah, no, I said too much. Here is a triangle.
Oh, but by the way,
child's triangle.
There used to be a tower there that basically was a bunch of demons and shit would be trapped in there, and they would feed off human souls and stuff. So it's kind of like you've gone to like a giant like family buffet of souls.
Did you read Hell House by Richard Matheson? This guy loves to steal Richard Matheson ideas and make them worse.
He's like, hey man, I don't read. I was like, fucking cool.
Yeah, Megan's like, have you seen my handwriting? I can't read.
And he's like, hey, here's a triangle to measure stuff with. And I would
he takes it.
If he would have gave that to me, I would have walked out of the fucking store. I would have threw that motherfucker as far as I was like, I don't do math, bitch, and threw it.
I would have been like, I'm not taking that. Give me my change back, you dick.
And I was like, if you don't give me my change, I'm going to take it out of your fucking skull. Okay? I've killed once. I'll kill again.
I'm a jealous, angry old man.
I will out old man you right now.
And then he goes outside.
No, dude, please. He goes outside. He's like, oh, what is this? I thought there was going to be hooligans all over his car.
I thought his car was fucked up.
I thought his car was beyond bricks. And the kid
flat, you know, the locals.
Dude,
looks like you got a flat tire, Villade.
Dirty Welsh kids with chains and rotten fruit going, you're staying at the murder house. We're going to club your fucking skull and rip your face.
We'll murder you right now. And he's just like, why is everyone Irish in this movie? Like,
because it's fucking awesome. Yeah, I thought
no one in Hollywood know what a Welsh accent was, except for this asshole director. He's like, I went there once, couldn't understand a lick of fucking
magical and inspired me. Yeah. I thought he was going to get his ass beat by some fucking punk asshole motherfuckers, and then there's like some old lady just chilling. He's like, what is it, bitch? And she's like,
you staying up there? He's just like, fucking, why does everybody keep asking me about that? Yes, I am, dude. And he's like, excuse me, I'd like to put my crate of World War II perishables in the back of my fucking Range Rover, please.
There's some German chocolate in here if you'd like. It was real desirable then.
Yeah,
the French would. Yeah, the French would give it to the U.S. soldiers that came there. They're like, I don't give a fuck.
I don't give a fuck. Why are you giving us German chocolate? You dumb fucking whatever. And this is why you'll owe us for life.
They're like, really?
And then she's like, have you met he's like, no, I haven't met Stedman. I don't know what a Stedman is. We rented it online.
Yeah, dude.
Fucking, I have Allstate. What else do you need to know right now? Okay?
Here's another thing. I thought it was going to be either that, or I thought it was going to be some punks that fucked his car up.
Yeah.
Or it was going to be the old ladies
like say anything else. Instead, she's like,
hold on. Like, I thought she was going to be like, hey, don't go there. My daughter was there, and her daughter's all like fucking 13, but she looks 80. You know, something horrible, like just some sort of like.
Or she could have been like, I'm only 18, and he'd be like, damn.
Anything. I would have
taken. You're not 18 anymore, lady.
I saw the horrors of the house. Take down her fucking sunglasses, and her eyes are cut out. Just fucking anything fucking interesting, because it's 2 hours into this fucking hour and 30-minute movie and nothing's fucking happened. He's gone groceries and they're bad parents. That's all you know. That's it. And he may or may not have let this chick drown.
Yeah. So he goes back home. Like, nothing else happens with the old lady. I was just like, why did we waste any time? Dude, maybe in the 2-hour cut, you know? I don't know.
6 hour fucking.
Yeah, the six and a half
Criterion collection.
Criterion's like, no, we saw the movie. It's a hard pass. Yeah, we don't know. I mean, those two shots of the countryside were really good, and they didn't match the rest of the movie and the way the rest of the movie was filmed, but they were really good looking shots, you know. Goes back home. He's unloading the weird crate. Susanna is there with the little girl. They just have very obvious, like, sad face on, like, looking at him, like, kind of how everyone looks at Kevin Bacon in this movie, just real sad face, like, oh, he did it. Look at him trying to put his life back together. And she's like, I'm sorry that happened to you, Baba. And he's just like, what the fuck?
Jesus Christ, I tell you one thing in my whole life, you tell the little girl.
I've been waiting till she was 7, which I'm pretty sure we said her age was 7 already, but what the fuck? And she was like, that was an arbitrary number. You just pulled that out of thin fucking air.
And I said 17, not
She was
7.
hounding me.
Yeah, she was really breaking my balls out there by the tree. You weren't there.
She fell from a tree on top of me. She fucking pinned me for 3. I had to give her an answer.
Yeah, she was really ready to die for your sins up there, Baba. Falling off that tree like that.
And he's just like, tell me everything you said to her. You stole my story from me. Not the truth, just the story.
And I get it. Like, he had a version and a way he wanted to tell her, and I understand that. But the dialogue that him and his daughter have had at this point has been atrocious, so I can only assume it would have gone south if he would have tried to say it. He'd been like, you know what, sometimes you just got to drown a bitch. I've said too much. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. he doesn't, like I said, he fumbles his way through this movie, and every scene, he doesn't look comfortable. He's just kind of like, what the fuck am I doing? What's my motivation?
He's like, why are my jeans so tight?
Why aren't they tighter? And like, I just don't get it, you know?
You can't see little bacon, all right? Sometimes he's big bacon. Sometimes he's little. You know what? I need tighter pants. Just sidetrack you there. So then he makes dinner. I don't know what he made. It didn't look like he could make that dinner from the ingredients he bought in that crate.
Dude, there was like a banana, some butter, like a fucking squash. I was like, ew, what are you guys eating? This looks unappetizing.
Yeah, but no one wanted to eat it.
The little girl's reading like the Necronomicon or something. Like, she goes to
what the fuck was that?
I don't. He was all like,
she's like, look at this demon. He's just like, that's cute. And I was like, are you even looking at the same book right now, dude?
The deities we worship now, bacon. I was like,
she's like, I found this creepy book in this house, and I would have been like, put that down right now. Don't touch anything here.
I'd be like, no, let's watch that movie where the little girl finds devil books. I want to watch that. Fuck this movie.
Yeah, that should be sick. She's like, I can read the language of the devils and
I don't
control demons. And I'd be like, fuck yeah, little girl. Let's do this.
I don't read the books. The books speak to me. I'd be like, interested?
I'm interested. Do you think you could, I don't know, kill some people that way? She's like, I already have. That's Mommy and Daddy. And it's like, oh, right.
That's how the books eat. They feast. They feast on the non-believers.
Actually, we should, save this idea. This is way better than the movie we watched.
The movie's like, thanks, guys.
Yeah. Someone's like, oh, write that down. We're going to steal. Bloomhouse is like, oh, did you listen to this podcast? I got some good ideas for the sequel.
Guys, we'll give you $5 million to do that.
2.5 actually.
On a return of 50, though. You don't do the 50, you owe us out of your pocket. I'm like, what the fuck?
Don't worry, we'll do it. I mean, pretty sure we can think of 2 sets pieces to be in. They're like, all right, but you only get one of them for 25 seconds of the movie.
All right, okay, I heard 80 million you're bringing in. What the fuck?
What the goddamn it? Yeah. So. Then,
that's it, dude. That's the evening. We got to go wash our nasty asses now, and I got to get on a fucking iPad.
Only one of us. Yeah, so Baba's not feeling trusting tonight. He's got to go through Mom's phone. Well, I love how he was called Baba and she was called Mom. I was just like, what the fuck?
Well, because the thing is, ideally, and I could be just projecting. Ideally, the house is kind of angsting them up, right? It's kind of getting the evil flowing juices.
They all mentioned they've been having nightmares, and at one point the little girl says, "This house makes me feel angry," and I was just like, "Really?
This house makes me want to jump on the couch."
Yeah, I was just like, "You are the most unangry little child I've ever seen. Like, you're kind of shitty, but you're not angry." I would have been like, "That little
run in the yard and scream."
Goat heads everywhere! Yay!
This house makes me want to jump off a fucking tree. I'm like, all right, I get it. You're Damien right now.
That's a weird way of expressing anger, doing average children shit, but whatever.
Fucking monster, we get it. That's your motivation.
I'm rich. I can erase it. Where's the nanny?
He's got trust issues, so she's already given away the golden goose of him explaining it to his one and only daughter, and now she's just like, he's thinking about the whole Max thing. This bitch is always on the phone. I mean, and she is always on the phone. They just beat it over your fucking head that she's in the background.
He writes it in the book, like she's always on her phone. They never show her not on her her phone
Right.
after that.
Like,
It's just
I mean, I know I could barely read what he wrote, and then I kind of was just like, I'll trust you, movie. I won't read all the writing.
Remember, he wrote that 3 times bigger than everything else, so that you could actually attempt to read it. And I was like, always on the. Oh yeah, no, she is. Yeah, that's accurate. And then so she's getting in the bath, and you're just like, oh, we're gonna see Amanda Siegfried naked. No,
dude,
no,
who's
you
looking for that?
See her in her underwear, and that's it. Well, because they made fun of it earlier, so I was just like, oh,
no, I made fun of it. They teased it. I made fun of it.
I meant made fun of nudity in the movies, of like, oh, they probably just want to see me naked. And then I was just like, are they going to do that?
Is that foreshadowing? Am I going to see some chi-chis? No, dude.
Yeah. Oh. No, I knew it wasn't. I was like, oh, I bet a bunch of people were like, oh, they mentioned it earlier. We're going to see you naked. And I was like, no, no, you're not. Oh, cloudy bathwater already? Jesus, how much soap did you pour in there? So she's bathing. She can't close the fucking door. She just really wants that humidity to ruin those walls or something. And he's like, all right, time to go through the cell phone and do an Apple fucking commercial right here, because I'm about to show you can access messages on 3 different platforms, motherfuckers.
Here's the thing. This is where the movie's ageism kicks in. Because he's old and he's trying to use technology. And you're just kind of like, you mark a message
unread.
I would just watch them.
Swipe it right.
I was like,
fucking hell, swipe it right.
Like, dude, clean up. Number one, she needs to clean up these messages. There's 8,000 of them.
I was just like, you talking to all these motherfuckers? No wonder you're always on your phone. You got too many people in there.
Yeah, but which one was her dick phone? You don't know which one. I assume the one that she didn't leave out because she's a pro at hiding her phone, but later on she just leaves it straight the fuck out. Bullshit.
She forgot. She got tired, man. The house made her angry.
The house made her lazy.
Yeah, exactly. So he opens the iPad. He's like, oh, God, I got to mark this message unread, even though it didn't show up in the notifications anymore. And that would have been an instant clue to anyone that owns a phone of like, why didn't this show up in my little notification?
Who cares? I didn't understand this. I didn't know why they took so long to show it to me.
Yeah, I was just like, what the fuck? So he goes from phone to tablet to MacBook, and then he finally gets to mark it unread.
It's like, dude, you know all this shit. You know all her passwords, but you don't know she's rocking 2 phones.
Yeah.
Get out of here, dude.
Who's paying the cell phone bill? Apparently not him. So
yeah, I was just like, is that her burner one? Did Max buy that for her? I'm disgusted.
And I was like, she's an actress, and you assume she only has 1 phone? I'm pretty sure most celebrities have like 5. They're like, this is the one I fuck around with. This is the one I use for this. This is the business one. This is the one I tell people, I carry at Comic-Con in case someone steals it, whatever.
What? I'll take whatever for the win.
Like the $500 bill a month is really bugging them. Like, oh God. Oh.
Yeah, I get it, dude. You hate rich people. I already said I gave them the affinity fucking pool. They're all assholes. Yeah. They're assholes when it comes to their money. I don't give a fuck about these characters.
And then she gets out of the bath. He apologizes. He says he's done being an asshole or something, and then proceeds to do. I thought it was a pretty good apology, Kevin. And then she's just like, thanks for that mediocre apology. And I was like, damn, women are harsh. I was like, glad that's not just me. I thought it was pretty on point. I thought it was an on point apology, but she was just like, nah.
Yeah, there was some sincerity through that. I didn't mind that apology. He has a performance towards the end that I really kind of dug, but this one was respectable. So we're going to go to sleep because it's time for bed because this has gone on too long.
Yeah, and we need a half-an-hour dream sequence.
We need another spooky moment. Basically, we got to hit our spooky threshold because it's been 6 hours already. So we go and it's he's wandering.
He can't sleep, so he wakes up.
He's tossing and turning. He's up and he starts moving around the house again. Doesn't he go to the journal again?
Yeah.
And then he's
meditating. He's meditating.
Yeah, he's staring at the window, and the window's kind of half open. You see the reflection off the light. You see his reflection, and noises and shit distract him, and his reflection stares at him. You see it in the trailer. It's kind of a spooky moment. There's a separation. Is there 2 Bacons? You know what I mean? It's his good side, his bad side.
There's a shadow world.
Yeah, that's what I was like. There's a lot
of shadow talk. Maybe there's a shadow world.
Well, what I was hoping, Jesus, what I was hoping
this would be a better movie.
I was hoping. Oh wow!
I like it. We're using.
Let's do the tumor.
The tumor that is this movie.
I
Yeah, you're
wanted there to
hoping.
be the struggle, like it turns into like almost a physical, like maybe like operation or some sort of.
I wanted him to be losing his mind.
Yeah, I
It's-
wanted it to be that struggle of like, hey, here's a visual representation of my guilt, and here's the constant reminder, and here's me trying to fight it. Here's me trying to the meditation's working, and I'm leaving myself notes on how to be stronger, but I got to get ready because there's something big coming that's going to just hit me like a ton of bricks. Something. Maybe there was clues of like, get ready, get ready.
oh yeah,
But
this is the point where he sees the note like you should have left or you should leave or something.
yeah, the movie. They write the movie
Yeah.
title there. Like you
And I was like,
should get the fuck out.
well, no wonder he doesn't leave. That's a very like casual way of saying get the fuck out. Like you should probably think about maybe getting in a hotel or something, maybe
No,
stay
dude.
in the village. Hmm.
We'll address it when it happens. But so he gets that spooky moment. He hears a noise behind him, and does he go into the laundry room and see the double picture, or that's after he experiences
That's that. Yeah,
pictures?
no, he sees that there's a door in between the bookshelves.
Right.
The
So
aesthetic
the-
bookshelves.
yeah. So now there's one in the middle. It's open, and there's a staircase leading down with this one bulb light swinging. Clearly not a staircase that would belong in this house. So he's
Yeah,
making a switch,
older.
a transition, right? So you're like, oh wow, that's where I was getting excited. I was like, he's crossing onto the other side. He's going to deal with his dark demons. We got some real Jacob's Ladder shit about to go down. This is going to be good. He goes down there. He's, hey, hello. And this is the part where you mentioned the lighting. The lighting is the most non-atmospheric lighting I've ever seen. It's heavy and chunky and blown out. And there's like sometimes lens flare, sometimes there isn't. It's so unappealing and sterile and gross.
And then you hear a Polaroid camera go off. And I guess that Blumhouse gears this towards a younger audience that probably didn't grow up with Polaroid cameras. I get that. They don't know that sound. They're not like I heard it and was like, yeah, that's a Polaroid camera. Kevin Bacon, who is significantly older than me, there's no way in fucking hell he'd be like, what was that noise?
Okay,
That was
maybe
definitely not a Polaroid camera going off.
maybe if you're not listening, if that's the first noise that startles you, yeah, you'd probably be like, whoa, what the fuck?
No,
If you-
I instantly heard. I was like, "That's a Polaroid camera." Like,
I don't-
if I was in that situation, I'd be like, "Fucking, why did a Polaroid camera just go off?" I saw a Polaroid picture earlier. Why would I just never
Maybe
Ever
you're probably right.
connect those two together?
Well, nothing gets connected together, and then when it does, it's just so dumb and lazy. So he's walking, like everything's slowly starting to degrade to like almost like this boiler room type.
And
Like-
he's barefoot. I want to point out that he's barefoot, just slapping his fucking hams on the fucking dirty fucking
Dude, it's
cement
fine. What is he
floor.
supposed to
I
do?
was
Go
like,
get his shoes, then go down the stairs? Dude,
well,
it's
no,
supposed
but I was just kind of like, why would you keep going? At that point, he had no reason to just be like, I'm gonna keep going down the scary staircase.
dude.
Just like he's just like slap, 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 slappity, slap, slap, slap.
Dude,
And my
you're
feet
being too-
everywhere.
now you're being too realistic. Like in the moment, like I get it. He's just in this sense of something's calling him. He's drawing him down there. So
Yeah,
I'm
I
all
would have been like, shit, I'm gonna step on something.
nah, man. I'm all in. Nothing matters but the answers that lie beneath here. So that I'm totally in. I give him the benefit of the doubt. He's gonna redeem everything. He
I just
goes
wanted
down.
to point out that he was slapping hams. Okay.
Yeah, dude, I get it. You're into feet. You saw his feet. You got
No,
excited.
I'm probably the opposite, Kevin. I was
real-
instantly turned off by his. I was just like, oh god, oh, that's
Less
what they
shirt.
look like on him. Ugh.
Less shirt, more feet, or wait, more feet,
You know,
less
we get
shirt.
him those
Shit.
fake sock things. I mean, Jesus Christ, like, he's just slapping those on the side. Fucking pavement. Jesus.
You're like, dude,
Anyway,
every slap could be across my cheek.
and then he sees Ella's fucking rabbit that has not been like we've saw it like for half a second. Like we've seen her hold something. We didn't know
3
it.
times.
Like
We saw it at the beginning.
yeah, but we didn't see.
We
Yeah.
saw it on her bed when she first got there, and we see it now. That's
Yeah.
it. So it's just a correlation of child. That's all it is. It's like
And
this
he's
is the.
like, Ella.
So there's bottles, there's Polaroids laying on the floor. There's a Polaroid of him laying with Ella in a navy blue, or a baby blue fucking long sleeve, and he's just like, "What the fuck?" This is where the ADR
No, I think that
comes
was. I think
No.
that was when he was with the first Polaroid is with the wife, like right before he couldn't sleep. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Yeah.
Yeah, but this is where all the ADR comes in because I think he literally was just walking and they were like, fuck, this is boring. The audience isn't going to know bad things. How does he feel in this scene? Throw some ADR of him like, this isn't happening. What's going on?
This is a dream. It's got to be a dream. And then he finds Ella in some, I don't know, prison.
This part's weird.
Room. Yeah, it doesn't make any fucking sense.
The bunny's laying on there. He runs to the buddy. He's like, Ella. And he glances over, and it's almost like a vault door, like a bank or like a sub or something. It's like this airtight looking seal door. And you can see her feet. We don't go in the room for whatever reason. So I was like, oh, are we hiding something? Is this like the transition? Is this metaphorical? And he goes in his
room.
And is this like, I have a bunch of theories, and the movie did none of the things I thought it was going to do. I was giving it way too much credit. Mm-hmm. And he picks her up and he takes her out, and he lays her down right there. Go to rush her out up the stairs. He just lays her down. I'm like, okay, maybe you want to get her heart going. Maybe she's passed out.
Yeah, he's like, breathe.
Yeah, so I was like, maybe he wants to do CPR or whatever.
And the kid doesn't listen. We know that, so she doesn't do it. You know, she doesn't breathe. And he's like, come on, breathe. Yeah, waits again. I was like, come on, dude.
He lays her down, he turns her head, and like water comes out of her mouth. And I was like, is he going to drown this bitch too? Like, is he drowning everyone? Like, can we get some killing starting? What is going on? So you're like, all right, she's out of it. And he's like, no, I want to wake up. Starts slapping himself. And I was like, all right, I swear.
Really slapped himself. Like,
I thought he was going to run his head into the fucking wall. I was waiting for it. I was like, dude, just fucking knock your head in the wall. That'd be so sick. Or do something crazy. And then he grabs one of the fucking random fucking IPA bottles on the ground.
Yeah.
Breaks it open, slices his wrist, and then he's like, "This isn't working.
Come on, wake up!"
Stabs himself in the throat, and then they cut away, and he wakes up.
10 o'clock again. Baba can't wake up before 10.
Baba can't sleep. When Baba sleeps, he sleeps too long. Baba got problems. Yeah. And then we got fucking flat butt in the goddamn bathroom again going, you're not going to believe the dream I had. I had a dream I was on stage. I couldn't remember a GD line. You believe that? He's like, I
didn't even know the play. I think it might have been Cats. I'm not sure, though.
I got you beat. I see some shit. You ever see Jacob Slatter?
Yeah, but then he doesn't, like, they don't even communicate. He's just like, I got you beat on that one. Dude. And then Baba's just getting some coffee.
If I had my little girl, and this is the third to fourth dream that I've had of me murdering her or her being murdered, I'd run to check on her right now and go, hey, we're getting out of the house.
For sure. And I definitely wouldn't be like, no, you go first. I'm like, no, I just witnessed our daughter's death. I would instantly cut to the end point of the dream, but like, whatever you're going to say for your dream is stupid, because listen, I've actually had this conversation before. You don't let them go first. You just blurt it out. You just blurt it out. You go, no, you don't get to go first. You're just going to seem stupid after this. So
the thing is, if that was me, I wouldn't even told my wife. I would have got up. I would have checked on the little girl. If she's fine, I'd have been cool. And I would have checked on the bookcase to make sure I wasn't completely Looney Tunes, because I had this big lucid dream. And I thought that's what they were going to go with everything. It's like, he's dreaming it out of body. He really did kill her. And then he's going to find her dead. You know what? I was trying to be like, dude, maybe there's
like, he doesn't know what's awake and what's not.
Exactly. Because they tease it in the beginning.
They tease it so much. Like later when he's, beating on someone. And I was just like, oh, is he going to like snap out of it and the cops are going to be pulling him away? Yeah. And they were like, no, that's way too interesting.
There's nothing there. And so she's just like, oh, is this the bookcase? So you said this was
she's like,
here?
Oh, this is where the laundry room is. It's fucking like dope.
Yeah. And he's like, oh.
Neither one of them are like distracted by the weird Polaroid on the wall.
You see the two like Silent Hill Polaroids here?
There's only one.
There's only one right at the time. And then I was just like, is that creepy to anyone? No, that's business as usual. I've been like,
I've stayed at weirder Airbnbs.
Yeah, I was just like, fuck you, because the movie is no longer takes anything seriously. The movie's just like, I don't know, man. We tried. We don't fuck it. Our characters don't care. Why do you care? You're like, I don't know. It's still 3 hours into this fucking hour and 30-minute movie, and nothing's happened.
Yep. And then
everyone agrees it's time to go.
It's time to go. He texts her that they're cute, playing out in the yard again.
Yeah, this kid loves outside. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, she's a fucking house cat.
Hide and seek, but everyone's just hiding behind a very thin tree.
They're just running in circles as far as I can. And he's like, I don't know.
No, they kept counting, and I was just like, why are you counting? Like, you're just looking at each other. Like, this is the worst game of hide and seek ever.
And he's
worse than the opening one where you made me creepily watch it from outside. Oh wait, we're doing that again. So
yeah, it was. I was like, is that supposed to represent his distance of his family?
And then the phone that's very obviously sitting on the counter buzzes, and the weirdest follow-up message.
Well, you missed the point. Like, he texts to his wife that you guys are cute playing. Yeah. And then it buzzes, and she's still on her phone, and she no-sells it. And you're like, what? Why didn't she respond to my text? I love my wife, my family. Why? And then he sends another one. He's like, hey, the Theo's in the house. And then the phone buzzes, and he's like, what the fuck? Caesar's are double phones. C's being played. Very upset, but very cool and calm at the same time. I almost like the way he did it.
He's been working on his anger.
It showed. And he was real snarky about it. He challenges her on it. And he's like, you got to go to the village. You got to fuck off. Was Max here? Did Max write in my book? And she's like, what are you talking about? He's not here. He's in New York and doing his thing. He's like, I don't give a fuck. Does he plow you?
I don't care where the dick is.
Does he
write in my book?
Does he need the blue chew? I need the blue chew. Does he need it? Has he been to my blue chew?
We share blue chew. Is that why I can't get hard enough? I'm getting a half dose of blue chew.
The full dose will kill me. You know this. The bacon don't sizzle at night. That's the rules. I'm an afternoon delight guy. So she's just like, whatever, I'm done with this. And like, she really doesn't challenge anything. Like, she's not fighting for the relationship.
Like, fine, then I'll take Ella with me. I did like this part where he was like, no, you broke the rules. You don't get to make the rules now. She's staying with me. Like, fuck off. Like, I liked that.
Yeah, he should have been like, I thought he was going to say something snarky, like, don't drag it. So teach her to be a hoe too, or something like that. I mean,
he did have enough, like, you're a hoe lines right there. So.
Well, she deserved it. She's being a hoe.
I mean, yeah, she did have a secret phone. So, I mean, the way she acknowledged it instantly of like, oh, it was so much work having two phones. I was like, Jesus Christ, don't even try to show that you fucked up. You're just like, it was hard.
Yeah, it wasn't like she wasn't embarrassed. It was almost like she was relieved she got caught or something. It was weird.
Like, fucking finally.
And he was like, make sure you get on the right side of the car, bitch. Try not to wreck it on the way to the village. I was like, oh, here comes that venom. I like that.
I did go to the wrong side. Like, I was like, was that planned or?
Yeah, it's probably force of habit, dude.
I got to go back to when they opened the gate and she intentionally crossed behind the car. I was like, why didn't you go in the front?
Because he'll hit her.
Take another 70. Yeah, I mean, now I know, but at the time I was like, just fucking what the hell? I don't need to.
And that's the safe way to. She was being safe. I wouldn't have done that. I don't know this guy.
Okay, the woman that can't drive on the correct side of the road. I'm gonna believe that she's like
woman driver says, "Am I right, guys? 2020, not okay."
Yeah, well, tell that to Blumhouse. So.
Blumhouse is like, what?
Tell that to the old man that wrote and directed this. So
who?
He was like, Kevin Bacon, Baba. Baba, can I call you Baba?
It's Mr. Sizzle.
You're representing me in this movie. And then the Baconator was just like, all right, I guess. I mean, all right.
Pay me.
I want half the budget. They're like, ooh, they only gave me 5. He's like,
this is a favor film? This is a favor film. I might.
On the back end, I want, And then they were like, coronavirus, and there's no back end. He's just like, fuck, this is the last time I do a favor movie. Till next year.
Till next movie.
Yeah, so then he and Ella, they're getting some food. He's spreading some stuff on some bread.
She's being a real shit. I'm not going to eat it. Fuck you. Scooter in the house. Yeah, Scooter in the house.
She's got a point. He's like, it tastes edible. And she's just like, fuck you. You just may as well throw that away. She's a rich kid. She's a spoiled rich kid. She's being a spoiled rich kid. Why is he surprised that he raised a spoiled rich kid? That's my question about every interaction they have with this child. You raised her this way. Why are you now surprised?
Yeah, they just let it slide. They get upset for a second and then they just roll over again.
Yeah, and then so she knocks over some water. The glass doesn't even break. She's like, I'm sorry.
No, she's like, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Don't be upset. I'm sorry. I'm like, shut up.
Yeah, she was like, you're going to hit me. And he was actually like, it's all right. It's just water. Like, I was like, okay.
I was like, when do we murder her?
Has he previously shown, like, where's the rage coming from? Because this guy's calm like a bomb the whole
Dude.
fucking movie.
Well,
You know,
that's
like
what
he's
you
only
want to.
angry when he's in that journal. In that journal, he's just like fucking pissed all the time. I don't understand nothing about the world. Fucking iPhones are difficult.
It
Where's
makes sense.
the unread
Well, it makes
button?
sense if that's where he's aiming his anger, you know.
I guess, yeah. And then
The journal works.
The puddle, I don't know, defies physics and like moves apart from each other. It's like,
So like the puddle does a thing where it's supposed to be going down to like show that there's a hidden room somewhere, but
Yeah.
it kind of just pockets up and pulls up in this weird way that almost just thinks like there's a dip in the floor. And I was like, oh, wouldn't the scooter just revealed that when she just like dipped down? Because that's a substantial dip to make liquid do that, I would assume.
So then he spills more water, and it does the same thing. It like moves away from each other, defies physics, and he's like, "Where's that triangle?" And
I've been like, it's in the village, dude. I threw it the second he gave it to me.
so he puts it up. Right, it's a right angle, and then they switch the triangle. It's no longer a right angle triangle. It's an acute triangle. And so, of course, it doesn't go flat against the wall because it's not the same fucking triangle. And I was just like, I mean, do you guys not realize that I can see that it's not a right angle triangle?
Ah, man, you're paying attention way too close to that.
Yeah, because I was just like,
because this scene took like 20 minutes.
Yeah, and that's why I noticed because it took so long. I was like, that's not the fucking same triangle. That's a different triangle. Why are you trying to fool me with these triangles? I was just like, fuck you.
Long story longer, he thinks there's a footage issue. There's a hidden wall room door, right? Yeah. So now he's all hyped up. They do some measuring outside. Yeah, they
Someone fucking watched Doctor Who too much.
Yeah. And so they're just like, they're trying to figure out. And then this is the part where he gets a little foggy.
What?
As in, I don't.
Oh, so he and Ella measure, and then she's like, "I'm cold." He's like, "Go get your jacket," and then she takes like the weirdest way to go get the jacket.
Oh yeah.
She like jacket, and then she disappears. She never comes out the other hallway, and so Baba's got to go running through the house. Crazy Baba mode.
No, he doesn't. He just goes off to the side and he looks in, and then she's like 30 seconds later, she waves. She's like, "I got it," and then she goes back around. Then he goes Baba crazy.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. And she disappears after that part. Like she goes to the right and runs around to some other door, gets the coat, goes to the left, which would have been shorter to begin with to go to the left anyway, and disappears. Mm-hmm. And then crazy Baba mode. And then we see her in some hallway that looks vaguely similar to the house's style, aesthetic, or whatever, but darker. Mm-hmm. And she's just like, and she like a door opens and she goes in there, and then her horrible ADRs is like, Baba, 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 Baba. But like he doesn't hear anything and he stops talking for some reason. Like his child's just disappeared in the house in front of him. And he says Ella twice, I think. And the rest of the time he's just like getting tricked by the house and going through weird doors and shit. And he finally gets to the same hallway.
Yeah, it's real Scooby-Doo, where this door leads him here and then that door leads him there. So basically, it would be intimidating and cool to the viewer, but the viewer never really gets the idea of the house or the layout. Like we said earlier, the house should be a character. It should be kind of like its own presence, and it should be like almost this weird maze of doors and lights and kind of.
And if the music did anything to like help the atmosphere and the mood, but instead it's just like it's real flat. Like it's just like door shutting and echoes.
Yeah, like that could be good if they just left it real ambient and scary of like I'm uncomfortable because man, he's really searching. There could be some tight close-ups on his face to see like he's getting frantic and he's just like trying to keep his cool because he's, been meditating and shit. That's the only goals he has, but they don't help his character in any situation to be like to feel that intensity. Like I don't know, it's like I said, like the house needed to have more of a presence, and I don't know, I want to say like the architecture or geography of the house, since it's so important to the movie. like the viewer should kind of be more familiar with it, so we can be like, holy shit, I know he's in the living room, I can't see her. I know he's in the fucking study, I can't, because you don't know how anything links or connects. So you're just like,
yeah, exactly. So it was just kind of like, okay, I get it. Like that door's not supposed to open there or whatever, but you know, I didn't know what it linked to in the first place. So whatever, you know.
Yeah.
Like my thing was, you just watched your daughter disappear. You think she's playing hide and seek or something. But then when you realize she's not playing hide and seek, you don't call for her. You're not. He wasn't frantic enough for, especially with like, as you know, as the story goes, we realize, you know, they reveal to us how important this child is to him, and I didn't get any of that in his search for her.
You know,
like
what
the most important person in my life just disappeared in front of me in this fucking devil house, I think I'd be going crazy and saying her name and stuff and going like kicking in fucking doors. And yeah, he's doing that, but he's not like, I don't know, he's not vocalizing his emotion at all. And that's the part where I was just like, it's
a movie. I need to see it. I need to see it.
Yeah, I need to see it. I need to hear it. I need to feel it, because that's otherwise it just old man sizzle reel here.
He's just lost. He's the old dude lost in his own house. He can't remember what door's the exit. What I was waiting for is like the meditation tape guy to kind of start playing in his head, where he's like, you need to keep calm. You know what you do in these situations. You know what I mean? Like something to kind of like.
Well, they would use that gimmick to reveal the two phone thing, though.
No, I know, but like that should have been a constant, because it's a constant in the movie. They do a really good job of not forgetting about that. But I think it needed to be a counterbalance to him, where he's always sourcing the book and sourcing the tape when he's starting to lose it. And he's just he should be playing it in his head, like, and the voice should be saying weird shit, like his head's fucking blending the voice of like, hey man, you were my fucking beacon, and I'm losing it, man. I'm about to lose my little girl. And then he just kind of goes ape shit.
Yeah.
He finds her.
He's like, let's get the fuck out of here. They bundle up.
Here's my question. They're leaving, right?
Mm-hmm. Somehow it's nightfall again.
Well, yeah,
like they wait till nightfall.
Yeah, they wait till nightfall. Mom's out of there. Mom's in the village or at the fucking Howard Johnson or whatever. And we're leaving. So they go to. I'm just gonna hurry through this part because I want to get to the point. Yeah. they go to leave. They bundle up. It's freezing. I get it. It's that like the the coldness, the challenge, the darkness, all this stuff in my mind and whatever. Sorry. And then they go to leave. And they're, Baba, it's cold, Baba. Yeah, I know. So we're almost there. Where are we going? We're going fucking to the village. Who gives a fuck? Getting away from the house. Any which way but here. So they keep going. And then, Baba, I'm freezing. My nuts are freezing. I'm like, yeah, Baba's nuts are freezing too. And they get up the hill.
Baba, I'm so cold. I was just like, shut the fuck. Why is this? A, the only thing she can say in this scene. And B, why is this scene so long?
So it's really long. And then they come over the break of this little hill. And there's the house again. But before they left, they saw a silhouette of a man staring at them. And you're just like, oh, shit, they better get out of there. So right then and there, I was like, hold the fuck the phone. Because the girl's like, holy shit, what are we doing back here? I know we were going downhill. Yeah. Why is it coming back? And I was
all of a sudden, she's the smartest one in the room.
Time out. What is this house affecting? Is the girl a part of it? Is this just his demons we're wrestling with? Why is she feeling the spookiness? You know what I mean? Yeah. It doesn't have anything to do with her. This is his fucking hell. This is his fucking, like, he's fighting for his soul. You know what I mean? Like, that's...
Yeah, well, they bullshit explain it later, saying that she would stay with him forever. You know, her love for him is so, strong that she would stay in hell with this motherfucker, basically. And I was just like, I don't buy it. I don't see it. Like, just because she calls him Baba, like, come on.
Like the premise is there, right? I like the idea of like his torment. If he can't solve this torment, it's going to keep her with him, and then they're going to be forced to repeat this. They're never going to leave, right? There's a scene later where you get to see more Polaroids of all these different people allegedly, because you can't really make any of them out, and you're like, oh, is that like the menu of the house who's feasted before on all these souls that couldn't figure it out or couldn't come to terms with it, right?
Yeah.
So you're like, okay, why? I didn't understand why was she experiencing it? She's not with him. Like, if she's like a catalyst for him, that's fine, but she shouldn't know what's going on. She should always be confused. He should be in this alone. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but she sees the shadow like things of him basically throughout the entire movie.
That's the thing, though. Like, she should always see the shadows because that's him trying to change, right? Trying to be this. If you go this way, man, she sees you like this. You're gonna go full crazy monster guy and lose your fucking humanity or all this stuff and maybe kill her and kill the mom, whatever. That's the struggle. You got this guilt because you've done it before. Yeah. And like, that's the extent. She shouldn't experience any of this other shit that's pushing him to his breaking point. You know what I mean? That's the part I didn't like. Yeah. She's with him as that trigger event, but she shouldn't experience that shit because it's not her. It's not her private hell. Her point is just, she's that, I don't know. That fucking bothered me. I was like, what the fuck? I go,
yeah, it was, well, and just the sheer fact that it was so long, I was like, come on, you're just going to loop back around to the house. Just fucking do it quick, So, yeah, he's like, well, we got to go back to the house. And she's like, are you fucking kidding me? No. And he's like, we won't survive out here. I was like, maybe that's a better alternative, dumbass. Like,
they should have just did the thing where let's not go back. They should have fought it. I was waiting for him, like, all right, they just post up under a tree. They do like a little fucking cuddle on me. We'll stay warm. And then they both nod off. And then they wake up in the house. That's what I would have done if we're rocking it like that. Let's do that.
Just like her giving up on the relationship. He's just like, all right, I give up. Let's go in the house. It's cold.
Yeah. Like, I get it. The outside world is forcing you back into the house. I'll play along. I get it. Let's just do that. They've taken all your way. I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. Like, am I giving this movie too much credit? Because I don't feel like they thought of that. I don't think that was their intention.
No. I don't know. Because then it got to this is the scene that probably pissed me off the most. Okay, so you've given up. You're going in the house. Okay, right. Fine. Fair enough. You don't want your child to die of the elements. Okay. Sure. You just lay in bed and go to sleep. That's the best idea you thought in this situation? Mm-hmm. Like, I wouldn't go to sleep at all. I would be like, no, we're not sleeping. We're going to stay awake,
Yeah.
Like, stay awake.
I let her,
and I would be locked in the smallest room I could find so that I can control the room I'm in. Instead, they're just like, all doors open, whatever. Creepy house we hate. One more night won't kill us.
Or will
it? We're now just officially an hour into the fucking movie, by the way. So
yeah,
and so they decide to go to sleep. Polaroid sound again. Uh-oh, he wakes up. She's gone again.
Way to go, dingus.
Yeah. So of course he's just like, I know where she is. Third bookshelf or the third door in the middle of the bookshelves.
Mm-hmm.
So he doesn't waste any time. He starts going through doors. I think she's calling for him still at this point, too, or something. Think so. Baba, over here, Baba. Get your Baba right here.
I was like, is he just going to find her, like, face down in a tub? I was just waiting for that. Yeah. And like, look, you did it, dude. You did the things when you sleep. You had your lucid dreaming. You killed your daughter. And now you're forced to do this all the time. Yeah. Because isn't this where the skips start happening?
Not
yet.
Quite.
Until he meets Trucker. Yeah.
Trucker Bacon.
Right.
Then he goes down and he sees the bathtub that his first wife died in. And he doesn't go, oh my God, it's the bathtub my first wife died in. He just leaves it for the audience to figure it out.
Isn't there a scene when the little girl was missing earlier and then she sees the tub and she's like, who are you? And I was scared, Daddy. There was a lady in the tub.
Yeah, that's the
they did a bunch of jump scares and shit.
Yeah, that happened at some point. I don't remember exactly.
Right.
But yeah, so then he fights the dead wife and he wins, I guess, or something. And then Trucker Bacon shows up and starts talking about the sins of the father. And he's got a walker, like one of those wrist walker things.
Yeah, like he's got a limp. This is okay. This part I kind of liked. There's a part where he's like, hey, man, this is us, man. This is us when we just love to kill. And I'm your guilt embodiment. And look at me. And hey, man, I know that little girl. Let's kill her. Fuck it, right? So he's just like dumping on him and stuff. There's a part where he sits down on the steps and he just can't handle it. And then Trucker Bacon, bad guy Bacon, is like, he leans down. Gun to my head, I couldn't tell you what he said. But I thought the way he delivered it, I was like, wow. Did you just act right there? Like, I think he just
you could tell he was way more into the Stedman character than he was in his normal character.
I was like, listen, let's hold on. When you're not trying to do a weird voice, because he stops doing the voice, and
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I think the original Kevin, the good guy Kevin, beats the shit out of him and beats that voice right off of him. In the glasses.
And that's the thing is when he's beating up his trucker self, I was like, oh, he's gonna come through and it's gonna be the wife, and he's like beating the shit out of her.
Right.
You know, and he's gonna be like, oh God, I did it again, type of thing. And then the daughter's gonna see it and she's gonna be like, I no longer love you. I've seen you. You're a murderer. And so it's kind of like not so much that he killed his whole family, but that he killed the wife that's cheating on him. And while, you know, that's going to be quote unquote justified in the eyes of the whatever, the media or the court of social justice or whatever, the daughter he will forever lose the daughter's respect and love. And
he's alone again.
Killed him. Yeah, it'll kill him more than, you know, killing someone. So
see, that's a great ending. I would have totally that I would have loved that.
And it's a predictable ending too. It's not like that's never been done before. No. Still like, better than what they did. So
it fit what they were doing. Like if you would have said, "Hey, that's the first ending. What do you think?" I'd have been like, "I love it." Like we're not fucking redesigning the wheel here. We just want a fucking a decent ending for the story we're telling. I thought
don't get a modern house with long hallways. They're creepy, you know.
I thought that he was going to start beating the evil one, and then the evil one's going to be like, "Hey man, you gave it your best shot. All the help, all the writing, all the notes, nothing changed."
Yeah.
And then he was going to adjust the hat, and then it's going to be him, and they switch places, and the normal Bacon would be all feeble and stuff on the ground, like holding the side of the tub, and the evil one's just kind of like, "Yeah, man, we let her drown. And guess what we're going to do to these two? Because fuck that." He's like, "You've had it too easy for too long. I run the show." Like, I thought it was going to be like a juxtaposition of his like inner self. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like it's been him dealing with his own inner demons.
Exactly. And his inner demons, like, you can't take it anymore, and it's my time to shine. Now I'm about to come through. We're going to show the world who we really are. That's what maybe something like that. And then the little girl's going to be like, "No, Daddy, I can see it in you. You're not my Baba anymore." He's like, "Yeah. And
my love will save you, Baba."
Yeah. Then he just fucking Bane backbreaker right over her. Just throws her to the side. And I'm like, "Oh shit. He's going to go to the village and start backbreaking."
We forgot the fucking, before he tries to like hoof it to the village, he calls the innkeeper or the shopkeeper. And that's when the shopkeeper... Yeah, it was stupid because the shopkeeper's like, "Nah, man, you're in Hell House. Good luck." And I was just like, what the fuck? Why did you even answer the phone?
The shopkeeper, does he get a cut? And I was like, I'm surprised he answered it that fast. I'm surprised he didn't have to go to his fucking kitchen and answer.
Oh, no, he made that joke. He's like, he takes a while because the daughter's just staring at him like, "What are you doing?"
What a dick.
Yeah. But yeah, and then he's just like, I can't. And then he's, you know, and then evil Baconator is just like, "Oh, you know, she'll stay with you forever. You know what you got to do." And so then he just, you know, picks her up, walks up the extremely long hallway and then the staircase. And then there's Mom coming out of the car and he brings her out. And
she's back. She's back.
Yeah. Doesn't even acknowledge her. The little girl's just like, "Baba." And he's just like, "Bye." You know, and I thought that moment was good where he's like, you know, looks very emotional at the fact that this is it. He's gonna say goodbye to her and stuff.
Well, he's believable. Yeah, his performance there, and like I said, when he's evil Baconator, like it's great. Like those are two moments where you're like, man, this motherfucker can act.
Yeah, the last 10 minutes of the movie, he turns it on. He's just like, boop. He's like, finally, you gave me something to work with.
Right.
And even the little girl's not annoying at that point either, mostly because she's not talking. She's just kind of giving like sad, like she knows that
she's just motivation.
Dad's not coming with, you know. And then fucking Mom, who's like on a completely different page and still thinking about the phone thing, and he's like, "Yeah, we're super past the phone thing, but yeah, okay." But here's my thing, Kevin. Does the punishment fit the crime? Okay, because he even says, he goes through, he's like, "Yeah, I killed her. You know, I could have saved her, but I didn't because I was so angry and I should have just left her." And it's like, it kind of leads you to believe there was a lot of problems in this first marriage too, and that maybe this is where his anger developed was from this apparently difficult relationship with this woman who was taking a lot of pills and like going into bathtubs for a long time.
That's what I said. I was like, I don't know if this guy's a bad guy.
Yeah,
like,
I was just kind of like,
if he exactly what you said. Like if he could be in an abusive relationship. And at the time, if a guy is being abused in a relationship, it's not fucking chic to be like, yeah, my old lady does this to me. It makes me, demeans me mentally and morally, and all this shit makes me.
Or she could have been cheating on him and just been like, haha, what are you going to do about it?
Could have been anything. She could have had him by the balls. You don't. Yeah. That's the thing, because there's no backstory. I mean, granted that I don't know if that's going to fit in your little fucking wannabe spooky house movie, but.
And granted, letting someone die isn't a good thing by any means, but I don't know if it's a one-way ticket to Hell House and all this other stuff. Like, I don't know. I just think we don't have enough information about this character. Has he done anything?
Exactly. I agree.
He doesn't. He's trying to get better. But so it's just like, I don't know. I thought that was very weird. Where he's like, I should have just left her, and I shouldn't have even been there anymore. But I was young and angry, and I was just like, okay, so he let her die, and then was charged with murder, but technically he didn't murder her because she made her own choices. He just didn't save her, which is still shitty. I'm not excusing that, but I was just kind of like,
but who knows? Like you said, maybe she was shitty, and it was his chance to be like.
It was the fact that he said I should have left her. She, long ago because of how angry I wasn't at the relationship, like his words say this was not a healthy, good relationship and it was affecting me. Mm-hmm. And it's not like he went over and he doesn't say he pushed her down. He just watched her. He was just I just watched her take a lot of pills, take a bath, and die in the water,
So and that's another thing, dude, that's the thing is okay, see, she kind of did that to herself. You know what I mean? It was an accident. He got there. He could have done something, but could he? Who's to really say, right?
Who knows how many pills she took either, though?
Right? No.
What did toxicology say? I need to know some stuff. He obviously does not know CPR, Kevin. We saw that later when his daughter's drowning, and he's just
made me a believer.
He's like, breathe. Come on, breathe. God damn it, that class was useless.
So yeah, you don't get enough about the character. You're just saying this. Is he a bad guy? I think it's supposed to represent more of the guilt. Yeah. But the way they portray it, they try to make it spooky and the guilt, and then the guilty, angry version of him that's manifested as now this control is I don't know. It's just a lot of questions that get asked, and you're just like, what's the answer? I don't fucking know. The movie's like, fuck, man, I don't know. Just, are you still watching? You're just like, I guess. The
mom and daughter drive away, and then he says you can't outrun your shadow, and I was just like, this is how we're using the stupid shadow thing? Fuck you, movie. And then he starts flashing through everything.
The different moments throughout their time there, and
he was the spooky shadow person.
Right. Literally everyone, when you saw his reflection in the fucking window, that was really him acting out. He wrote the note to himself in the book, but
he was the person watching them leave the house that the daughter saw.
He was the silhouette in the window, and which always bothers me. It's like, Dustin, you more than anyone on the fucking planet, right? If you're trying to convince you something that only you're gonna believe and know, you got to be like, Dustin, this is fucking you, fucking. I know this one thing about you. Get the fuck out of the house. I ain't playing. And you're going to look at that shit, like, that's some shit I say. I must have wrote this shit. I'm tripping balls right now.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the whole tripping balls mentality I got.
And I always hate that shit. I'm like, why do they write this, obscure fucking message to themselves?
Yeah, I'm
like, no, write it to yourself to the point where you're like, there's no way that wasn't me. I got to fucking go. If anything, I'm losing my goddamn mind. I need to be out of this place and reevaluated in a hospital setting.
That's what I thought.
See if I'm losing it,
I really thought the headphones and the fucking therapy in the book would play more of a key to him having an anchor into reality. I thought it was going to be like the lucid dreaming. Is he in and out of this dream? The way they teased it in the beginning, the shadows and the skipping is he? Yeah. Did he really kill her? What the fuck?
Well, they show him take medication one time in the movie, and it's like, could it be the medication? Is it a statement of we're over medicated? There's so much stuff that it seems like the movie, planted the seeds on early on to maybe use as a scapegoat of how for a shitty story later on, and then we're like, nah, just make him go live in the house.
Yeah, that's what I was waiting for.
He just stays. He goes, yeah, I gotta stay here. Sorry.
That's what I was just like. Is this real? Is he going to haunt the house? Is he just one of
Yeah. No,
the haunted names?
he's just
Oh, he's
he's got his room. He's gonna be there.
so now he opens up the
Like,
Airbnb to release it, and then he just
yeah.
doesn't show. Is he
And that's how
what?
it ends. It's just showing it on the website again. I was like, I did not need to see that.
Yeah,
I didn't need to know that they were now accepting new souls. Okay, I didn't
that
give
was a
a
lazy plot point in the movie where they were just like,
yeah.
"How did you guys not
That
agree to
screams
this?"
to me that the house, because it was just like the Bloom house, like the Conjuring or whatever, Annabelle or whatever, where they're just like, oh look, shared universe. Now we can have other characters come and visit this house,
No,
and there's
no.
other houses too. So
Like I said, no. I like the house. I thought it could have been used a billion times better. I
yeah.
thought, yeah, there was so much potential there. It's just very lazy. It's just a big sloppy mess. It's if you're like me, you're just looking at the movie, just waiting for it to do something more. Like you said in the beginning, it has those it shows those teeth. We were like,
Yeah.
hey, I don't know what road we're going to go down. This might be interesting. And then you see the performances get thrown in there and kind of where everything goes, and you're like, God, this is awful.
Well, and I've grown to the point where I kind of hate modern horror because they all feel like this for the
Mhm.
most part. They're either trying to be campy and failing at it miserably, like Final Girls, or like this, where okay, there's an hour and a half in this movie. I know I'm not going to see anything for an hour. Like I literally when shit started to like quote unquote happen, I paused it and I was like, yep, hour in, I fucking knew it. I knew it was going to take an hour,
Yeah.
and I haven't seen anything worthwhile up into there. You didn't make me care about the characters. You didn't make me care about the relationships. You didn't build up any of the spooky
Right.
ha-has, you didn't do anything. You just kind of were like, here's the world that exists. Okay, now we're going to do shit. And I didn't care when I got there,
No, I completely agree. It's been my problem where modern day horror from Hollywood it's literally a 2-hour drama with some jump scares. It's anything you could.
And it's
this
all
could
predictable.
this
all
could play on
so
Lifetime. This could have been a Lifetime movie. You know what I mean? There's nothing
I don't
scary.
know why it's rated R.
I don't.
You
maybe.
saw some white girl butt cheeks and a
Um,
woman go blub 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 in the bathtub or something, or because he hits himself with a CG cane and a CG head. I don't know.
Maybe the graphic violence of the bottle in the neck. I don't know. Who knows? They cut away.
Yeah, the CG blood on his wrist. I was like, what the fuck? The car looked better than that. What the hell?
No, but like my whole gripe is that's what it is. It's just a bunch of little jump scares. There's no character development. So when something air quotes horrible or trying or scary or spooky does happen to them, you don't give a shit. Like you're not vested. It's like I don't need like fucking Citizen Kane or some shit. I just want to give a remote fucking bit piece of shit about the person. Like, oh man, I kind of like that guy. I hope he doesn't get killed. Ah, fuck, he got killed. That sucks. You know, you don't care about anything.
I don't know. I just like my biggest problem is that even him just being like, oh, I just gotta stay in the house. That was predictable at that point, Like it was just like, oh, he's just gonna have to stay at the house. That's the answer. Okay, done. I knew no one was gonna die or whatever. Like when he beat himself, I was like, okay, this is the only chance you get. If you come out of this, then I don't, oh, you got me. You kind of, went. I mean, I still knew you were gonna go there, but this is the only chance you have to like fool me on the path you've taken. And then they didn't do it, and I was like, okay, then you're just gonna do this and done, whatever. It wasn't a rewarding ending at all.
It did nothing made sense towards the end. It was almost like the movie was just like, I don't know, man.
It just wanted this house to be a device for further franchise movies. That's it.
Possibly. Like I was, another thing, like when you're talking about when all the skipping and stuff happened, I thought that after he did the car thing, dropping the little girl off and talking to the wife for the last time, that he would go back in front of the door of the house and the door would close on its own, and then they kind of wouldn't remember him. You know what I mean? Like it would kind of just be like a blip because he was going through it all, and they just were just like, why are we at the house? Oh, we were going to do the thing. Yeah, mommy's got to work into it. You know what I mean? Just kind of like forget him in a way, or he was like a memory.
Yeah, because otherwise, how would she not be like, oh, okay,
why are you staying here?
Yeah,
like,
why are you staying here?
Forget all the legal ramifications of this choice.
Exactly. Like, oh, he just decided to like stay in the rental house.
Yeah, like, and that was the thing. It was like, is he a ghost now? Did it devour him? Was it just his memories playing back and he had one chance to make it right before the house was like, you get one shot to say goodbye and make it right or fuck you. And then he's like, I'm going to do it. I broke the code. I get to say my goodbyes. I love you, baby. Fuck you for cheating on me, but take care of my baby girl. I'm out. You know what I mean? Like, I thought that was like his swan song. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. I was like, bro, you can't live here.
Like, yeah. Have you seen the food in the village?
Yeah.
The service is horrible.
And if the house is claimed all these other souls before it, like, where the fuck are those people? Wouldn't the FBI just be like, we got to canvass this house? This place has been or whatever, the Wales special unit.
SAS or whatever. SAS.
Yeah, SAS. And,
M6 or M5. M5 just storms it. They're just like, freeze on the ground, motherfucker.
Yeah. Burn
this house down.
I would even take some private sector motherfuckers coming in here. Nothing happened. I didn't get it. I was like, was that it? Is there after credits? Because I didn't wait.
That's the sequel. She's like, I hired the private sector to go in and storm the house and bring them back.
There's like
from hell.
They just kick in the glass or shoot up
that's
the whole
what
place.
Saying is he said, the evil Baconator kept saying he had a room for him and everything, and that he could stay with the daughter forever there or whatever. So I assume it's just like your own little room of hell or whatever.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's literally Silent Hill, dude.
It didn't seem that bad, I'll be honest. Like,
no,
the Hell House didn't seem that hellish.
It wasn't creepy or anything. It was just kind of like poorly lit and maybe a little damp.
Yeah. But I get my own room? All right, that's not bad.
You might have to deal with some mildew, but I didn't really see a problem.
Are these other people in here on these pictures that magically showed up, and that was a really shitty scene as well?
Yeah, and
they seem all right. They seem like normal people.
They have this photo of the house that's in the main hallway, and I was really waiting for them to do something fun with it, and they didn't. Like, I was waiting for the lights to switch off in the photo, or like a silhouette in the photo, or maybe the walls bleed blood.
Even the painting of the house is well lit, like too well lit, where you're just like, geez, turn a light off. People.
It's not atmospheric. It's more starch and fucking.
And they made it a point to say, like, there's no other photos in this house, but then when they kept finding photos in the house, they were just like, oh, well, guess that statement was wrong. Here's this one of the house we're in, and this Polaroid
empty house. But here's a picture of me in the fucking sewer in my trucker days.
Yeah, and I wanted him take the triangle to that painting and be like, man, this painting of this house doesn't make sense or something. Or for his a silhouette to show up in the room, like slowly like pop up or whatever, or just anything. They kept showing it so much that I was just like, do something with it.
Like, I would have
fucking the lack of interest you're giving me right now.
Dude, have the characters react to what happened. If that's the second dream where he's going to that middle door in between the bookcases, I would have ripped that bookcase off the fucking wall. Remember, I'm rich. Who gives a fuck? Yeah. I would have been like, I'm ripping the dude.
Instead, she goes over and she's like, pretty solid. And I was
listen, man,
fuck you.
Here's the next one of the movies we're going to watch down the line is going to be another childhood favorite of mine, and I want to see what you think about it. I love this movie. It's not a perfect movie by any means, but we'll watch it because it's the same kind of scenario where a character's challenged to believe something, and he's like, I don't fucking believe it. I'm going to force it to believe in me. And I was like, oh, shit. So he reacts. He reacts to what he's shown. And that's what the Bacon doesn't do that. He gets spooked, and then he just talks about it with his wife, and then he's over it. I'd have been like, no. I've been like, there's a staircase here. I'm tripping balls or get me the fuck out of this house. You know what I mean? Maybe I haven't eaten a lot. It seems like it's been 10 days. I've eaten one meal.
Yeah. I'm in the creepy country in an all black fucking house. One creepy thing happens, I'm out. Like, I was creeped out in the fucking foyer of that fucking house. I've been like, no, you got like any spooky things happen. I'm out. I'm out, house. Just want you to know that. Just want you to know that.
I don't know. I don't get it. So... the movie's called You Shouldn't Have Fucking Been Here, and you shouldn't have watched it.
Stay in the Hilton.
Yeah.
They're super rich. Why wouldn't they stay in a hotel? Oh, we just want to have a house to ourselves in the middle of BFE.
Yeah, dude, when you're rich, you don't have to explain shit to anybody. You just do rich shit and no one cares.
Well, she's filming in London. You can't find some fucking place nearby? You're like, let's go to
They both thought they sent it to each other to be fun.
Yeah.
Don't you remember that throwaway fucking line?
Yeah. I was just like, someone check their email then, okay? Not the Baconator. He does not. Boba doesn't know how to check. Baba doesn't know how to check his email, okay? So someone else show him his sent box. And if neither, like, and that's the thing is, like, if we're both sitting there like, you sent it, no, I sent it, I would have sat there and be like, we're checking right the fuck now. That's how real relationship arguments go. We're like, okay, pull up your goddamn email. I'm pulling up mine. We're going to see who's fucking wrong right now. Someone's doing the ha ha ha, told you so dance. And the other one's going to be like, fuck you. Either way, you lose. You lose. I mean, it is just me, maybe. But still, if you both pull up your email and neither one of you sent that, I'll be like, oh, okay, huge giant red flag. We're getting the fuck out of here. I'm not going to be like, you sent it. No, you sent it. And just be like, hold up. Neither one of us sent it? Why are we here then? You know, like, what the fuck?
I don't know, man. LOL.
Fuck this movie. Sorry. That part, when you brought it up, just really pissed me off again.
Hey, man, everyone has a part of the movie where they just said, fuck this movie. Like I said, there's a couple of things I like. I kind of thought I liked the house. I like some of his acting towards the end. There's moments where you're just like, yeah, okay. Yeah. But overall, it's very skippable.
Those landscape shots were beautiful. I mean, they didn't fit with the rest of it, but
yeah, man, there's a little there. It's like, it's not a god awful production put together. It just doesn't do anything.
Even the little girl didn't bug me. You know, sure, they didn't give her lines for shit, but she still did a good job delivering them, you know?
Yeah, it just doesn't match the story, you know?
Yeah. So,
but whatever. It's can't hardly wait, whatever. Kevin Bacon, don't watch it.
Can't hardly wait to leave the theater after watching this one. The theater is your living room. You just want to go to bed. Yeah, thank you for listening to Us Versus Movies. You can find us on Instagram, Twitter, and the YouTube page. Go there, give our Bloodshot review an extra like if you would be so kind, because China tried to take our voices and say they were theirs, and we were like, no, Great Firewall of China, hell no, we won't go. That's our voices. That's our podcast. So if you could, that would be so kind. Just give an extra like, a little subscribe while you're there. Kevin's feeling real lonely on that page.
Yeah, just tell your friends. That's all I'm asking.
You know, but we thank you all for listening. If you have a movie suggestion for us, you can reach us at usversusmovies@outlook.com. Go ahead and hit us up there or slide into our DMs, and we'll be like, get the fuck out of here with that shit. Or you know, we won't say that. We'll say that, but we won't tell you we said that. Anyway, thanks for listening.